since Joey said that he would win these majors, he ain't won one since.
Nothing.
You realize that, Chris?
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
he's
not
even
even
finished
not even
top
like he
five.
hasn't won. He's been horrible.
He doesn't even have a top 5 finish. I don't think we have to
Oh,
look that up.
episode 127. Can you believe it?
Oh, coming to you live.
That's right. We coming
Oh,
live.
hey.
Oh, let me
You're coming here with deep V's.
let me come in here. I gotta fix the thing in the studio. It's a weekly thing. I gotta go in there
You
and
know
fix.
Joey's off school when he gets that. He breaks that V out.
Hey, Joey got the deep going like
That's when his school was out.
he got the Super Friends V-neck on. Go be in here showing off the chest hairs.
Yes.
I remember that the I was there, Joey. Remember Chris Fuller? He
Yeah.
used to, I don't know if you were there when Mike was there. There's one kid named Mike. He used to come to practice in polos, and he's be like, "Polo with the chest hair," because he had a polo on, and it was crazy. It was funny. No, I had nicknames for everybody when they played. Because I just call him Polo though, because he showed up for the
In a
first
practice with the polo on.
with a polo on.
Man,
Wow.
That
all business.
From that polo on, Chris, he was Polo.
Wow.
I didn't even call him Mike no more. He just Polo.
No, straight
Practice
polo.
with a polo.
And then I had the one kid show up that same year. His first day there, he called me Cuz. So guess what his name was the rest of the year? Like, oh, I'm Cuz. No, you Cuz.
Oh yeah.
Everybody started calling him Cuz.
Oh boy.
Talking about boy, Cuz.
Children.
It's funny. Say, what's up, Cuz? Like,
come on, Cuzzo.
he didn't even. He's one of those kids that went to the alternative school, so he had an opportunity to play at our school because it was his base school. He kept on the team. I mean, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but he wasn't no slouch. You know, we got to earn playing time.
How about that?
I guess so. Walking in like I want to play. Like
on that team, you better earn it. Every bit of it.
Can you play? And if you can play, can you be coached to play the way I want you to? So
can you be coached? Do you play defense? And make sure you don't turn the ball over.
Oh Lord, yeah. That's they're right there. Oh my goodness. Don't turn the ball over is the bane of my entire existence. Man, I can't even watch the NBA game and I get mad about that. Like, what are they doing out there?
Never ever. Turn that ball over.
Turn the ball over. All right, anyway, speaking of turnovers, here's my first segue, people. What's up with Luka? Luka out here putting up monster numbers every game.
True.
But he can't come out there and turn the ball over and definitely can't foul out. Lord. I mean, Dallas made a miraculous comeback last night. They were down 21 in the fourth. They came back and cut it to 1 at one point in the game. Luka fouls with 4 minutes left.
Bad foul too.
He's blaming the refs.
My only problem with the NBA refs and that foul that they called on Luka, my only problem with that is they allow so much contact some plays. You don't know what a foul is sometimes. Like, compared to some of the contact on other plays where they ain't called nothing, that was marginal contact. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? For a person 6 foul, that was marginal contact as opposed to some of the stuff they go into the paint getting hit. I seen a play when Gafford and Brown sitting there tackling each other, no call. But you calling
Maybe he just wants consistency, Joey. That's all. That's all he's asking for.
And that's I always will appreciate that, Chris. Thank you for saying that. Even when I coached, I tell my kids, this is how the refs are calling the games.
Right.
Get a little handsy. Like if they let us play, we're gonna get a little handsy out there, Joey.
Just want consistency.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and there's times like
your hands off of them. Just
remember in baseball, like an umpire if the guy is open in the strike zone and they know, okay, well, they're giving him the high heat or whatever, and he's calling that, they got to know. But it's when the batters seem to hate it when, or the pitchers when last inning that was a strike, and now all of a sudden that's not a strike. It's like,
oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, like they even come on. Have y'all seen in the playoffs, Joey? Tell me this is the most ludicrous thing you ever saw. In the playoffs, the referees will come to the microphone and say the contact. There was contact. Was marginal. Hold on.
Yep.
So
I've heard that.
Now we're judging contact, and it's marginal, but it's contact which is affecting the player. And like that, I said that call on Luka, that was a block. But
clear block.
Throughout this whole game,
clear block.
You are not calling these fouls every time they happen.
And it's weird that usually superstars don't get that call, or you know what I'm saying. Like
the other thing, Luka is probably, you know what? If he was shut up, he probably don't get that call against him.
And true, I mean, that guy complains so much, he's asking for it.
Did Jaylen Brown fall?
Luka fell.
And then did Jaylen? So Brown did not fall.
Oh,
so a no call and just let Jaylen Brown just.
I mean, there was some times when Luka clearly got fouled, so I can understand the frustration. But you at this point in the season, and you playing for your freaking basketball life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and play.
You guys gotta play. You gotta everything gotta be like, you know what? Next play. I don't care what they call. I don't care what they do. I gotta keep playing. I seen Luka drive one time. I mean, Tatum clearly tucked him in the back and almost flew him into the basketball thing and the little post. And they didn't call nothing.
Right.
And how many times did we see, like, when Luka's on the ground, another thing he gotta stop doing. You gotta stop shooting threes and fall on the ground.
Oh.
You gotta stop doing that. Don't do it next year, Luka. Don't do it.
He definitely likes doing that.
Boston is a team that, you fail, we attacking.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna find that first. We're gonna find that dude you supposed to be guarding.
Mm-hmm.
At 3-point line, he gonna pull up.
Very true.
Every single time. Now, the commentators will say, it's not Luka's responsibility to get back. Which makes sense. If you shooting a three and I don't know, you shooting a three.
He should be getting back.
You should get back. Well, he's always on the ground. So, and I don't know, man. Dallas had a good season. It was just, it was meant to be for Boston this year. Good for them. So, and so everybody know, all the millions of people watching, let me just tell you one thing if you didn't know this about NBA basketball.
It's fantastic.
No team in the history of NBA playoff basketball has come back to win from a 3-0 deficit.
Ever.
I'm going to repeat it again. Not one team now. Teams have come back from 3-1. I remember the Lakers back in the day, 3-1, after Draymond with his foolishness and got that technical. 3-1. They came back.
Ever.
Has come back from 3-0. So the question right now, we're not even asking the question, will Boston win? They're going to win. The big question here is, can they avoid the sweep? Maybe. And can they win 3? Can they win 1? Can they win 2 games? How you feel, Joy? Is it over on tomorrow night?
Chris and JB, millions, buttons. In the nonverbal sounds, the nonverbal answer of Vinsanity.
Oh,
it's over.
Over. Oh.
This is over. One reason why it's over. a great and important stat that I looked up between Boston and Dallas in 3 games. Assists. 3 games, Boston, 76 assists. 3 games, Dallas, 45 assists.
Wow.
Dallas, I'm not sure, is it them just missing wide open shots? Or is it the great Boston perimeter defense, the switching? They got guards that can guard anybody out there. And then you got the 2 best players on Dallas who are pounding that dang basketball, and that ball is not moving anywhere else. They are tremendous offensive players. However, they got to get their teams involved, their teammates involved somehow.
I see a lot of missed shots too. A lot of open shots that are missed.
There are missed shots. Like I said, I don't know if it's more of the missed shots or is that mainly because of Boston's outstanding defense. They are a top 5 offensive team and a top 5 defensive team as well.
2-2, baby. 2-2.
That is
second
tough.
Offense, second on defense.
That's tough.
That sounds like the goal. Remember Golden State that one year, they were nasty. Number 1 on offense, number 1 on defense.
It's meant to be. CJ Square said it here first. They've been the best team in the league pretty much from day one.
Day one, yep. I mean, everybody's been hurt and it doesn't matter. You play who's in front of you. Doesn't matter who's
Bottom line.
Bottom line. You can't, and people are going to try to disparage their championship this year. They mess around. They might go back to back on y'all.
They may end up doing that. They are built for it.
If they keep Holiday and get another big back to back on you, somebody will go to Boston for the championship.
Back to back.
What do you think, Chris? Is it over? Is it Vince Carter?
I mean, it's right now. Dallas is favored tomorrow. It's in Dallas. You still have one of the best 5 players in the world, and then you've got Kyrie, who actually, I mean, the first 2 games he didn't play very well, but he played well last time. So
35 last night.
Yeah, he played well last night. I mean, maybe they figure something out. I mean, they definitely have to go back to the drawing board. We discussed, we were talking about before, and even Jason Kidd brought up where Boston is hunting for Luka on the defensive end. And yeah, like we were talking about, it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Because and you had said that you've never seen a superstar, because even as Steph is good, Steph has always been an average defender, and he knows what he is on the defensive side, but he's also working his butt off as hard as he can. He's just not a great defender.
He's fighting. He's standing in front of you.
Yeah, he's doing whatever he can.
Overpower him, or Luka's getting beat right off the bat.
Luka's just acting like this isn't the finals. Like, this is like, you would think, okay, like I would expect that from a guy like a James Harden, who's never really been that guy. But like, even James Harden later in his career has started to play, some sort of contested defense. To me, that's a big part of it. Is, Boston is too good for them to play against a 4-on-5, basically. You know what I mean? They're just too good. So to me,
everybody got to be locked in.
Luka is not doing enough on the offensive end in order to say it's overcoming the defensive side right now, which is easy to say.
You gotta get 50. You gotta get 50.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. And so to me, this is, like you said, they're fighting for their basketball life. And if you want to go down as a guy who just puts 0 effort on the defensive end, then how are you ever going to win? Because we're talking about the superstars in the league right now. And like, to me, it's hard to get to the finals and win one. I mean, look at Denver. Everyone's talking about Denver last year. Oh, they could win 3 or 4 in a row with their setup. They don't even make it out of the second round, right?
Look at them now.
It's hard to get back, and it seems like every year now, like after kind of the Golden State, we haven't seen a team win. What do they say? The teams haven't even, like, it's not really like we're getting these dynasty teams anymore right now, at least. So to me, you may never get back there again to the finals. and this is
Yep.
how you're going to be remembered. So to me, I still think that they were in the game yesterday, and the biggest thing we were talking about before was we know Dallas could close, right? Minnesota kept getting on leads, and remember, Minnesota would get up, and Dallas was able to shut the door.
Yeah,
The problem is that Dallas really hasn't been up early like that, like they were, like and having to be able to close the door. Their closers, Luka's not playing like that anyway. Like the great closer he is, he just seems almost disinterested.
He closed last night because on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, they were because what'd you say they were up by last night?
I mean, no, and so in the first half they were up big, but in the second half, in the fourth quarter, they were actually down.
So the third quarter last night,
Yeah.
Boston comes out 35-19 in the third.
Yeah, Boston came out and made their first 7 or 8 shots.
Yeah, so you're all of a sudden you can't now. You're now last night you're the team. You're flip flop. You're allowing that team to come back in. You're not able to close the door on them. So to me, they had it going the first half.
Yeah.
Tweak some things. I think maybe being at home, the crowd knows that they're fighting for their life. Maybe they can find a way to close the door on them, get that lead, and not let them back in.
He was trying. He played 11 guys to start the game in the first half. He was playing everybody.
Yeah, just trying to see what can work.
Tim Hardaway open shots, not making them.
Yeah,
he had some bad looking shots last night.
Not making them. Like shots he probably ain't been in rhythm, but still
has not.
NBA player, man, you got to come in ready to play.
Got to be ready at all times. At all times.
The thing is they haven't.
That run they made though. I was like, okay, they're making this run. They made it was quick too. They outscored them 20-2 in a 4-minute span. And then guess what happened? Luka fouls out.
They haven't had that night though where they're on all cylinders. And you, like we said, I think Joey was saying, is that, and JB, you said it also, is that Boston just being just so good on the defensive end, or is it just, they're not, because they were a pretty good shooting team. Like they were a top 10, right around the top 10 3-point shooting team. Right now they haven't broke their season average yet. So to me, if they're going to do that, if they're a team that doesn't, there's a team that kind of relies on hitting a decent amount of threes. If you don't shoot that well, then you live or die by the three, and they've kind of died by it, so.
Awful that.
In the game that Boston was dying by the threes, they still beat Dallas.
They sure did.
I mean, Boston shot like 27% from 3 in game 2.
Found a way still.
Defense. I mean, like I keep seeing like Luka, all the flopping and stuff. Like every time you fall and don't get up against Boston, they're going back the other way and scoring. It's like watch the game tomorrow night. If Luka falls, Boston will push behind the open guy, easy basket, dunk, whatever. But yeah.
Dallas is not a great matchup. Boston is not a great matchup for Dallas. They just don't match up well with them anyway. I think even if you would have seen Minnesota, probably would have matched up a little bit better, and I think Denver probably would have matched up better with them. They just don't.
I think because those teams you said, they have better perimeter defenders than the Mavericks. All their good perimeter defenders are pretty much on the bench. I mean, they got. See, Washington is okay. He's okay. Derrick Jones, he's okay.
Yeah.
But those guys you're not thinking about as perimeter defenders.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about them as McDaniels or Aaron Gordon, guys like that on the outside, staying in front of people. They're not known for that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because and great defenders, if you get into a team like where Boston is trying to defend Dallas, and all you're making Boston do is all they're doing is kind of ISO ball, like Joey said, not passing, not moving the ball around. The best way to beat guys, the ball always moves faster than you can dribble. So
yes, it does, Chris.
It's those type of plays, where they don't really have that guy. Luka hasn't played that. Luka, we talked about as a guy who passes the ball so well. What did he have his first game? He had what, one assist or
one? But a lot of it is too is the defense that Boston is playing. Like if you're this is how Boston been playing them. Like okay, Luka, go ahead and get yours. We're not giving no help to nobody.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you watch if they switch up to a bigger guy, it's nobody blitzing Luka.
Right.
Everybody's staying home. He got even when he gets to the rim, you still got one or two guys at the rim challenging.
Yep.
They still are, and then if he does get kicked out, the guys are just not making the threes or reluctant to shoot them.
Well, and also because they've got guys who like the bigs, they're super athletic, but guys like Derek Lively, Gafford, they're basically put back. They're put back oop type of guys. That's what
Gafford has disappeared.
Guess what? Yeah, check this out. When Boston drives to the basket, anybody on the perimeter shooting a three. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Anybody.
Everybody is shooting the three if they get a chance.
Yes, they
are.
If
Dallas drives, if Luka's driving and the pencils in the game, you've really got 1.5 really guys you can trust.
You're nervous of.
Like, for example, PJ Washington is better in the corners. Corners, he's nasty. Everywhere else, he's like trash right now.
Yeah.
Or Kyrie. But you pass to Derrick Jones. Derrick Jones ain't hitting no three consistently.
No.
Well, the Celtics doing this, and their guys are knocking down. They banking in threes. Like Derek White hit a bank three last night. They kind of broke their back. It's I don't know.
Well, and the thing is Porzingis doesn't even play last night. So that's a guy who, he's coming back to say, so
his injury is like his injury is weird.
Done.
So done. Hey, so do I think Dallas can avoid the sweep? I think they can. I don't know. I mean, normally I would say yeah, but this one, if
all right, well, JB, let's ask. You're putting your money on this. If you're putting your money on tomorrow night's game, or is it tomorrow night?
Yeah,
tomorrow night.
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow night's game. Who are you putting your money on at least?
I'm putting my money Boston in the points. The points in Boston all day. Lord, man, give me them points and give me the Celtics.
The line's only a -1.5 right now.
I take it.
See, so that's how confident 1.5 that. So you're not that confident in Dallas.
No, I'm not. I'm just unless remember I was saying the other time I was saying how Dallas if they made an adjustment like not play they go small ball really.
Yeah,
they can have shooters. They're not. They still have played big and they playing a lot of guys. I don't know. I mean, the biggest issue, they come out to a big lead. They have a 16-point lead and it evaporates at the end of the first quarter. They up by 16. By the end of the quarter, up by 1.
It's Boston's doing to them NBA. What Minnesota did to Dallas. What Dallas was doing to Minnesota. Yeah. Dallas was the hunter, and Minnesota couldn't close. Now it's the opposite. They're getting out to a lead, and then they can't close them down. Boston's playing too good from behind every time.
I saw Colin Hurd. What is it? Is it Colin
Cowherd? Yeah.
Colin Cowherd.
That dude said that Luka is just a little better than Carmelo. How do Carmelo guys take strays? Do that in the NBA no more?
Always.
Guess what? Carmelo's still gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Top 10 scorer all time. So who cares? Luka gonna be if he on the same path, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Will he be he's already did a step better than Carmelo. Carmelo never go to a finals.
Well, I just think because we he's a top, everyone would agree he's a top 5 player, but he's got some holes in his game that he's still got to fix.
He got holes. The defense he's been playing, maybe because he's hurt, I don't know. But he's gonna have to during the offseason, he's really gonna have to look in the mirror and like slim down and just work on his feet, stand in front of people. What, Joe? He got to work on his feet, man.
Look at it in the mirror.
Yeah. He had to work on his feet, man. You gotta stay in front of people, man.
Somehow, some way. For a little bit longer.
Right? Like you can't do one move and and they already
Oh,
independent.
Charge.
But the thing is that every superstar that's been now is in the top 6, like Jason Tatum. Now that'll be off his back. The Joker, that was not, his knock. Like Embiid still has that now as like, you know what I mean? There's always going to be, that's how it always is until you finally win one. And then, but it's like he may never win one just because it is hard to win one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much talent in the NBA right now spread out that you probably like, in the NFL, there's probably 6 or 7 teams that could win it. Baseball, there's probably 4 or 5 that could win it. I feel like the NBA has almost the whole West could win it at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They could.
So it's just like, dude, like you said, you got to do the looking in the mirror because you may never get another shot. Minnesota's getting better. Denver's still right there.
Yeah.
So you could get in a bad
OKC.
spot.
KC.
Yeah, I mean, OKC's right there.
You still got Wemby. Like you got a
Yeah,
Wemby.
his time, his time's coming.
It's
I just
on its
read
way.
yesterday. I read yesterday how a ton of free agents are talking about wanting to play with him because you go with Popovich, who he always guys always want to play with him. And then Wemby, everyone's seeing what he could do. They kind of like, man, I could ride this guy's coattails the next couple of years and start
Give
winning.
me one.
Give me some jewelry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of jewelry and people who don't have it.
Nice segue, JB.
Your boy Embiid, your boy, the process says that the Bucks said, hey, Boston, here's the championship. You can have it. Y'all agree with this nonsense? Chris, go ahead. You first.
I mean, I think that Milwaukee last year said, we're probably the best defensive team in the league, and we're not winning. So how can we take a step in the right direction offensively, knowing we may lose some on the defensive end by getting Lillard? Because you're basically with Drew Holiday and Lillard, you're trading one for the other, right? I mean, you're really knowing you're giving up. But the problem with Milwaukee last year was when Middleton was hurt, they didn't have another guy who could step in and score and take some of the scoring load off of.
In the playoffs, do you realize that Giannis in the last 2 years has played one playoff game?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's ridiculous. So now
playoff games.
Wow.
The last 2 years.
So you go out and you give up maybe something on the defensive end, but they were elite on the defensive end. They were already elite. So you're trading some on the defensive end. I don't think that Milwaukee's problems this year, they just never seem to fully gel. I mean, even Lillard said because of all of the stuff that was going around last summer that he didn't want to get injured. So he didn't train as hard as usual because he was, if all of a sudden that he gets an injury over training, that whole trade is just pulled because, you know what I mean? So he looked still good, but he didn't look like himself. But so to me, if you're Milwaukee, you can't be worried about, you're saying we got to make ourselves the best we can. I'm not worried about Boston because that to me that's who we got to beat anyway. But at the same time, if Lillard can step our game up offensively, then we'll beat Boston anyway. I mean, if they play like they're supposed to and they're healthy, and that's a big if with Milwaukee, they probably could have given them a run, but they never fully looked like they were gelling. And sometimes it just takes a year for, 2 superstars to, I mean, look how long it's taken Boston to gel. They've been there and it's taken them this long to finally fit the pieces. So to me, you knew what you were giving up with Drew Holiday, but you're not going to be able to keep Drew Holiday and get a superstar.
Drew Holiday to the Celtics. So what is Embiid talking about?
Well, I guess he's saying that if they give him, they're giving an all NBA type player to the Celtics, but at the same time,
the Celtics, he got traded to the damn Trailblazers.
Yes, he was.
Morey could have reached out to
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing is that anybody, anybody could have made that move for Holiday. He's an all NBA player. Everybody wants a Holiday.
Absolutely.
There's not a team in the league that is not way better with Holiday on it.
Correct.
So, like you said, if Drew Holiday, because the thing is, Drew Holiday can fit in. He could, even with Maxey there, he could fit in Philly. He fits in on every team because he doesn't have a high usage. He scores when he needs to, and he's the best on-ball defending guard probably in the league. So who doesn't want that? But at the same time, Milwaukee knew what they were doing, and like you said, they had to make that move for them. Yeah. So to me, the rest of the league let Boston get them.
So they had to jump start in Milwaukee somehow. They were just stuck.
I mean, Milwaukee, their biggest issue, they're old.
Yeah.
I mean, they're old. Their main core players are old.
Yeah, I mean, really, that is it. That's why you make the move, because your window is small.
They had a window, right? And they blew it.
Yeah,
they finally came through because of KD on KD's big toe.
Too big a feet.
Right? But besides that, I mean, the window was there. It opened. They took it, but the window is closing.
Yeah.
And Giannis, if Giannis can't stay healthy enough to play in the playoff, there is no window because you ain't winning crap without him playing.
No.
Star Wars, A New Hope. The walls are closing in on Milwaukee.
They're closing in on a lot of teams.
You right about that?
You know, some of them not even, some opening up. Some, I mean, Boston, the one thing about them, Boston got two guys who many may consider superstars.
Yeah.
They're both still pretty young.
Yes, they are.
They're both in their prime with years to go.
Yeah. And they, you know what I'm saying? So you had a sprinkle of Drew Holiday here. You don't really, I mean, who was their big name bench players besides Al Horford? You got Peyton Pritchard and the other guy coming off who Sam Hauser will knock threes down because he did it last night. They didn't respect him. Knocking down three, Luke on the ground looking like this, and Sam Hauser put up for a three. So,
well, David Tillman came in and knocked a three down last night.
He did.
But think of Porzingis. This is his fourth team, right? Yeah. So it's not like everybody hasn't had shots at Porzingis. Drew Holiday, how many teams has Drew Holiday been on? 2 or 3?
A couple, like 4.
And then Derek White, we know Derek White, that's not a massive signing when he signed there. Boston just fit the puzzle well.
I know he about to get paid though.
That's going to be the problem is once, like Derek White's, now Porzingis again, everyone's,
it's going to be looks like how Bruce Brown left. Derek Brown going to leave.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown got his money. Where's Bruce Brown there? Who knows? He got traded like 3 times this year.
Bruce Brown is with...
Is he on Philly? No,
he's on Toronto.
Toronto still?
Toronto.
Yeah.
He is unrestricted, if I'm not... Is he unrestricted, I believe?
He got a contract from Indiana, and they traded him.
Yes.
So they could have used him in the playoffs, too.
I mean, golly. If they had him, they probably would have won against Minnesota.
Yeah. So, Joey, you think that Milwaukee had to make that move?
Milwaukee was going nowhere. It was
too old. You're relying on Chris Middleton too. He stay hurt.
Middleton is no longer Middleton.
Jay Crowder is old.
True, and can't crack the rotation, anymore.
And then you got a shooting guard who is supposed to be a backup. You got Beasley.
They had to do something. They had to do something. They were going nowhere, and they would just keep on running it back.
They already signed Giannis to his contract. Now they need to work on building around. I mean, listen, they could work on building around Giannis and Dame very easily. Right?
Definitely can.
You could build around him. You can start I mean, it's gonna be some guys available this summer. You got to see where it's going to. You got to see where it's going to go. Let's see. I want to go to L.A. Speaking of L.A., look at that.
Nice segue, JB.
I did it again. Speaking of L.A., Dan Hurley turned down $70 million over what 6-year contract.
Yes,
$70 million, $70 million, 6-year
lot
contract.
of money.
To coach the Lakers.
A lot of money.
Did you like the move by Dan Hurley turning on? Yes. Let me go ahead and let me start this one off for you.
Start it, JB.
You take it.
Dan Hurley is the prime example of knowing where your bread is buttered. Okay. Dan Hurley, that's a lot of money, right? To go to the Lakers. But were you really going to make it through the whole year? When you go to the Lakers and you're the coach, the expectation is to win a championship.
Immediately.
No matter how delusional it could be. Right? The Lakers are right now not a matchup proof team. Right?
No
they're
way.
a team that needs the right matchup to win a playoff series.
Correct.
And like this year, they met in round 1, their worst matchup in the West.
Yep.
They lost the last game of the season.
Right?
You're like, wait, they didn't throw that?
Yeah. They said we want Denver and got them and got their butts kicked.
Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. So and then if you Dan Hurley, you got guys you can teach and coach in college. You have a chance to win 3 national championships in a row, which I do not want to see him do. I'm just going to be real about it. Yes, I don't want to see him win. I'm not a Connecticut fan. Syracuse for life, baby. So seeing Connecticut win championships is not what I like to see. But anyway, why am I going to go and deal with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and whoever else is going to be there? Why I'm going to sign up? Why I'm going to sign a $70 million coaching contract not to be the coach? Like you're not the you're going in there as Dan Hurley, LeBron. You're not the coach. Okay. Right now, the Lakers just need to put somebody in that position until maybe LeBron leaves and retires, or make LeBron a player coach. One of the two. Because like the only reason Redick probably going there because him and LeBron boys.
That will be.
Redick is going to get fired, man.
That will be a mistake.
He's going to get fired. The Lakers will not be better than other teams in the West next year unless something drastically happens. They may not be the best team in LA.
So, they weren't last year.
I know. If I'm Dan Hurley, I'm not taking that job. Redick, I'm taking that job. I'm probably getting my biggest paycheck. I'm gonna make sure if I get it, I'm gonna get most of my money guaranteed because I'm getting fired. Might get fired mid-year. I'm getting fired.
Yep. Real possibility.
Good job, Dan Hurley. I mean, you saw the money. You was close, but you was like, man, I can't do it.
Nah.
You was looking at Lakers like, man, a lot of dimes there. But then Connecticut like, man, I got our team of dimes. These are dimes that I control. These my dimes.
Absolutely.
The Lakers dimes is not his dimes.
No, they are not.
Anyway, but nah, Dan Hurley, you did the right thing, bro. For real. Because you're gonna be the toast of the town next year in college in the NBA. And they've been talking about your butt every week. Saying how bad you are, questioning every decision you make.
Absolutely.
Telling you how this ain't college, this is the pros. So kudos to you.
He just doesn't fit the way that he runs his team. He's a hard-nosed, blue-collar type of guy. This is no.
This is LA.
No. He
These
did the
grown
right
men, these
thing
grown men in the NBA.
completely. I will piggyback on everything you just said, JB. He did the correct thing. It would be an interesting mix, but it just doesn't work. You have a 40-year-old guy that's your second best player who's going to continue to regress, we're assuming. And then a bunch of other guys on the team that don't necessarily fit really well with what is brought in there. You are going to be the reason why the Lakers are going to fail next year. It's all your fault. I mean, the only way he can do what all the other great college what great college coach has come into the league and done well. I can think of maybe two.
I mean, Billy Donovan did go to the finals.
Billy Donovan. He's done pretty well.
And Donovan's been good, but he hasn't been. He was more dominant in college.
Yes, he was.
He should have stayed in Florida. Really,
I'm thinking of Billy Donovan, and I'm thinking of Larry Brown. That's it.
Oh, you talking about your boy, the Molder?
Those are the only two. The other two, arguably the greatest. Two of the greatest college coaches of all time. Pitino was awful. Calipari, awful. Every single recent college coach that has made that jump has been awful. Nobody has done well, unless your name is Larry Brown. I think he's the ultimate level. Nobody has done well unless you've been coaching men for the majority of your career. It's a bad idea to go from the college game to the professional game. It's a bad idea. Great job, Hurley. I read something from the New York Times that he sort of is. He does a lot of his mannerisms and the way that he coaches comes from his father, who's arguably the greatest high school basketball coach ever. Tough, hard-nosed, he's a Northeastern guy. Northeastern guys don't fit well out West. He made the right choice.
Yeah, Joey, I'll join you on both of you guys on that. I think first off, he wasn't going to be made the highest paid coach. So it's not, I mean, they were going to give him a pretty good contract, but it wasn't like they were just throwing crazy money at him. And to me, like you guys have said, it's not like the Lakers' job was so good that if he continues to dominate, that there won't be better options moving forward. Even if you were to say, okay, like, an option where the team is up and coming and you can build something all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you think about the best college coaches right now and the best pro coaches, really, like, I mean, the college coaches are just as famous probably at this point as the pro coaches. I mean, you got Popovich, Steve Kerr, but like I would say Bill Self is as famous, if not more famous than Nick Nurse is.
Yeah.
Right? Tom Izzo is more famous than, or at least as famous as Tom Thibodeau, right? I would say.
Absolutely.
Right in the same, you got Calipari, Pitino. So to me, you are building something for years. There's more longevity at college. You can stay in college. And I mean, we mostly consider Coach K as probably a top 5 basketball coach of all time. Same with John Wooden, right?
Yeah.
Those two are college guys who've been in the programs and stayed. Dean Smith, same way. Those guys have built in programs. So it isn't like we're saying you have to be Phil Jackson and do it in the NBA in order to be a top 5 coach of all time, right? You can be in the college level and still be considered an all-time great basketball coach. We don't think of it as like a step down, really. You know what I mean? We don't think of Coach K as being a step down from Eric Spoelstra.
Agreed.
You know, we just throw who's the best college coaches of all time. I bet half the guys we name are college coaches.
Right.
So to me, if he goes and builds this dynasty up at Connecticut, which he could do, you know, like like Jay Wright, you say right now, if I'm building anything, if I'm picking a basketball coach, I'm taking Jay Wright on most of my squads, right?
Absolutely.
So it's one of those things where there's no point in chasing something that's not a perfect situation when you're leaving a perfect one right now. The situation better be so good that it trumps whatever Connecticut has.
Absolutely. Now, was
So
he able? Did he get? I'm assuming he's. Of course, he's probably. I saw that there were rumors that he doesn't like that. Everyone says that he's using it as leverage to get a new contract with UConn. Why is he not the first or second highest paid college coach in the men's game?
Well, because Connecticut's kind of come out of nowhere to be really good. I mean, obviously they were good, but you look at the guys he's probably behind. You know, you got Bill Self, who's been dominant for years.
Kelvin Calipari?
I mean, he probably is. I don't know if he's more than Calipari, but you look at Mark Few should be paid more than him.
Look that up.
Guys, Kelvin Sampson's been at Houston, has been dominant for the last 6-7 years, right?
But ain't none of them gone back to back.
True, but the first year he did it as a 4 seed.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he's gonna get paid, but it's not like he's built Connecticut to be a top 1 or 2 seed over like Gonzaga this year. It's crazy that they're even a 5 seed or whatever. You know what I mean? That they're not a 1 or 2 seed. So he shouldn't be paid over Mark Few. Mark Few should be getting more money than him, I would think.
Mark Few money.
Yeah, that old Mark Few money. So, I mean, I think that the situation, to me, is not a perfect situation. So why jump if it's not? There's not enough upside, and you can become the highest paid coach in college basketball if you win another one. They can't deny him that, right? If he wins a third. And the way he coaches, and Connecticut is kind of a blue blood team that can just keep doing what they're doing. You know, the way he's building that program, I can't see Connecticut, because he hasn't kind of gone the Duke way of just getting NBA guys. You know, the Kentucky style, just like, I mean, because you think about how many guys, they got the one real tall dude, right? The Klingon or whatever. That's really the only kind of top 10 pick they even had, or top 15 pick. They got guys, but Connecticut is like the new Villanova, basically.
So his current contract, he's making looks like about $5 million per year even. I think that number should probably go up to maybe $7 million per.
Which it will, I'm sure.
Yes.
So to me, it's just
definitely should.
If it's not a perfect situation, and I don't think anyone calling the Lakers that could be called a perfect situation.
Far from it.
Yeah. So to me, why jump? There's just not enough upside for me. I think he made the right choice. I don't think anyone, JJ Redick's going to get a payday and just ride it out, because it's not like he can't go back to what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, just say he lasts 2 years there and gets fired. They'll get paid a ton of money and then go back to announcing. He's really good at that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So, Hurley's leaving a really good situation, and, to go back there would be tougher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that he's got a good setup going right now. Don't mess it up,
Right.
I mean, like we talked about Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's kind of done everything, but Jim Harbaugh
is done. It's done.
Jim Harbaugh is obviously like kind of checked every box, and he was going to have issues anyway with all the stuff coming down all the stuff he'd gotten into over the last year or two. I think he wanted to get out from under that anyway. And because he sees what's coming at Ohio State, Joey. He knows Ryan Day's nipping at his heels.
He ain't afraid of Ryan Day, Chris.
His head has changed.
He ain't afraid of Ryan Day.
He knew what was coming. He took one look back and was like, I gotta get out of here. When they signed Judkins and they said, I gotta defend both of those guys in the backfield. Oh, I'm out.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Not these khakis.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I gotta get out of these. Honey, cut these khakis into shorts. We're heading out. We're heading out west. I need some khaki shorts now.
He's got the wagon.
Yeah, get the wagon out. Watch
He's
out.
testing the ropes on.
Come on, honey. Yeah.
All right.
Watch out for the dysentery.
Oh Lord, dysentery. Stick it to
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
All right. No segue for this one. Still basketball. Talk about Caitlin Clark. A lot of controversy swirling around her recently in the WNBA, taking hard fouls and all kind of stuff going on, and people hating on her. And they recently announced the USA women's basketball team for the Paris Olympics, and Caitlin Clark was not on the team. So, of course, there's been a lot of controversy about that as well. Do you think it was a mistake leaving her off the USA national team for the Paris Olympics? Go ahead. I'll start with you, Joey.
Kristen JB, it was not a mistake to leave Caitlin Clark off of the roster. This roster is dominance. She is not better than any of those players on that roster right now. Not even Diana Taurasi, who is old, but Diana Taurasi is still playing outstanding basketball. They don't need her right now. Of course, there's another reason why I would say they should take her, but I'm going to leave that to someone else. I'm just going strictly on. She is not better than anyone on the current roster. This roster is loaded. This roster is going to roll through. She's not taking playing time away from anyone. She's not a threat to take away anyone's playing time on this roster. It will be her roster and others in the next 4 years. In 2028, she will be one of the main contributors to it. She'll be one of the starters. She'll be the best player in the world by that point. But right now, Team USA simply does not need her. She's a very skilled guard, but there are other skill guards that are better than her in 2024. Her services are not needed right now.
So I'm gonna play the middle a little bit here and say that I can see both sides here. I think that for me, probably best choice to leave her off only because you bring her on. Now all of a sudden you've got a great core of players that, while famous players, there's a lot of great talent that in the WNBA that now with the eyeballs on the WNBA and women's basketball in general, you bring her there, it ends up just becoming all of a sudden it's now the Caitlin Clark show, and that's everything that it is. To me, like, you look at those people, Ionescu, who's the Breanna Stewart, like,
yes.
Kelsey Plum is good. Who's the Asia Wilson is probably the best player in the league. To me, because the WNBA right now and women's basketball is at its peak, you can now go, okay, well, hopefully more people will watch this, just because we're hoping that more people are watching, and the only reason they're not watching is just because Caitlin Clark. You hope that some carryover of just being into women's basketball at this point.
Yeah.
And that you'll start to like see some of these other great women without Caitlin Clark being such a focal point when she's probably not even one of the best 12 out there right now.
Right.
So to me, trying to strike while the iron's hot without having to use Caitlin Clark as the spearhead of it and still be able to showcase great players in the league and not make it all about Caitlin Clark is the reason I'm saying, okay, well, and I don't think she is one of the best 12. I know JB's probably going to say from a marketing standpoint, and I get that also, but I think that if you look on the other side, they're going to probably say her time is coming. We can still hopefully capitalize, and then Ionescu, Asia Wilson, other people can see these other superstars that can also, because you don't want it to be a Michael Jordan type league where he has to carry it. You want it to be much more of like how the NBA is right now, where you got so many superstars.
Right.
It makes for good basketball any night of the, unless the Wizards are playing.
Right.
Unless it's the Wizards Pistons. So to me, if you can make it
the worst top player in the league.
yeah. So to me, I think that they're hoping like, okay, maybe if we throw these other girls out there and it's not the Caitlin Clark sideshow that it's been, that other people will see it and then start to say, okay, well, we still got some other talent here.
Right.
What do you think Taurasi needs to be on the team for the 6th time?
Taurasi is probably the question mark. I don't know. I would have probably gone with another player.
What's that team record? Like the Aces got like 4 people on that roster.
They do.
The Aces are loaded for sure.
Yes, they are.
His son, who have the best record, only have 1 on that roster. Probably, and I think she's the best defensive player in the league. That girl they got on there. Lock Caitlin Clark up. Oh, they go Buttons. Buzz is here. All right, like before I let my man Buttons in, getting tired of Buttons' golf thing, by the way. Hope you heard that, Buttons. Yeah, my thoughts are I understand that she's probably not one of the best players in the league right now. But do y'all recall the Dream Team? Wasn't there one player on the Dream Team that if you look at the Dream Team, you're like, is that guy there? He was probably maybe one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. He's got a spot on the Dream Team before he even stepped foot on an NBA court. So why is it so bad to put Caitlin Clark on this team? I just think it's a whole bunch of how things are coming off from the WNBA standpoint. Seems like a lot of the women or the people talking about it, a lot of jealousy or it's just not. I think that Caitlin Clark on that team didn't have to play. I mean, somebody on that team not getting a lot of playing time. Who's it?
Oh, yeah.
Who was it? Taurasi, Plum, Ionescu?
Taurasi's playing, JB. Taurasi's playing.
Yeah.
Taurasi's playing. She averages 17 this year.
Yeah. I mean, she got nothing else around her. She ain't got no Asia Wilson on her team, nothing like that, or no Breanna Stewart. But now, from a marketing standpoint, I think it would have been good for women's basketball. Hopefully, during the Olympics, women's basketball will get attention and get watched. But we'll see, right? Because they're going to compare the numbers. They're going to be like, well, what if Caitlin Clark would have played? Do you think the numbers would have been higher? That's going to be the question they ask everybody. And
it's still going to be they're still going to make it have her in the narrative for sure.
And what we need to understand is if we want the sport of women's basketball to continue to grow, they have to understand that everybody got to hitch that wagon to something. They got to be on the same page to get better, to get more viewership, to get more money in their pockets, to get more sponsorships. Right. So right now, like you said, Caitlin Clark is here's the Caitlin Clark effect. Oh, that's what happened to that thing. Here's a Caitlin Clark effect. The Mystics, worst team in the WNBA.
Yes.
Any other day, you want to go to a Mystics game, you're paying like $10 a ticket.
Right.
They were charging like $400, $500 for that Caitlin Clark game.
True. True.
They're charging more than for a Wizards game playing against a good team.
True.
The Fever are like 3-10. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
It's rough right now for them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, met my man Buttons in. I had a monitor get disconnected by my foot, so excuse me for looking around like I'm crazy. But I'm trying to talk and also fix this. So let me let Buns in and we'll talk about our dynasty rankings. Tell
They
Buns I
said
hate.
Jewel Wolf the last
Buttons.
one.
Let me tell Buns I hate him real quick.
What
I
up?
hate you, Buttons.
What did I do, JB?
I'm tired of you coming out here this golf crap and being in first place every week. I'm sick of this.
Sick of it.
No,
What's up?
no,
What's up,
good
fellas?
stuff. You know, like in golf, like it's like we share a mind, but for some reason, I had Rory on my bench and you didn't. So guess what? Now you have all these points, and I'm like, hey, Buttons, like, can I join the fun?
I put a couple sleepers on my bench, JB, this time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw him, but I was like,
Oh,
Steve,
Zal Taurus.
Yeah, yeah.
and you know, Buttons, my mans who I always go with all the time, I left him. I didn't pick him up, and he's in first place too. My man can't lay.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
Can't lay.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway, let y'all top it up for a second. I gotta do some maintenance.
Chris, let me talk to you real quick because I was watching the show. Well, actually, I had a poker game tonight because I couldn't host yesterday because my kid had a swim meet. But
Okay.
I kind of want to talk about the Caitlin Clark topic a little bit more and just give you my take. JB took a lot of my points. Actually, I was gonna come at it with kind of like a marketing standpoint, but I'm gonna throw some things at you. Okay, and let's see if they stick. Okay. Caitlin Clark, 13th in points per game, ahead of Diana Taurasi. 4th in assists per game, ahead of Sabrina, ahead of Kelsey Plum, ahead of Lloyd. 2nd in total threes made. 2nd in the league. 2nd. Okay. 2 ahead of Taurasi, right? In her first 10 games, she has 150 points, more than 50 rebounds, more than 50 assists. The only other player to ever do that is Ionescu. Ever.
Mhm.
And you don't think, I just want to be clear, you don't think that she's one of the best 12 WNBA players right now.
Well, no, I'd probably
League.
argue she probably
Talented, yes. The best, no.
I said top 12. I didn't say the best.
I could definitely make
talented.
I say
she's not the best.
Chris said she was a sideshow. Now she is talented. Don't give me that sideshow
I'm saying
stuff.
is that if you put her on the team, sideshow meaning if you put her on the squad, it's not going to necessarily be about Caitlin Clark, just strictly the basketball player, right? It's going to be within just the her as far as with the team. It's going to be everything else, the relationships, all the hard fouls. It's going to be all of this other kind of. That's what I'm saying. The sideshow.
I mean.
It's not like
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it regardless, Chris. I'm gonna watch it regardless, obviously, right? Okay. We should all watch the Olympics. We should all root for America. They're going for like their 8th straight gold medal. I mean, it's in the bag, right? I mean,
in the bag.
At this point, it's in the bag,
right?
With or without Caitlin Clark. So
knock it up. Yep.
Why wouldn't you put a Caitlin Clark on that team? She's not gonna play a lot.
No, but I think it's not like what I'm saying more is that it isn't a Shaq versus Christian Laettner type of thing, where if you brought Shaq on there, it's not ever going to change the dynamic or whatever. Like, right, you bring him on that dream team, it's just going to be a great young player. No one's really going to care one way or another.
Yeah.
If it's all going to be, if Caitlin Clark's on there, it's all going to be coverage on ESPN, that whole thing. It's going to be all Caitlin Clark.
Guess what?
What I think is that I think ESPN would want that. I don't think that Dawn Staley and all those who are picking the team want that right now. I think they want to say there's other great women in basketball that nobody else are paying attention to.
I just think right now you want as many eyeballs on the product as you can have.
I'm saying it's on the team, you're gonna have more eyes watching all these great players play.
And it's not unprecedented, Chris, for a rookie to start or not start to be on an Olympic team. You have Lobo, you have Taurasi, you have Candace Parker, you have Brianna Stewart. These are 4 legends.
I would say if I'm picking the squad, Clark is on there because I don't really care, and I'm with you guys. What I'm more saying is that I'm trying to play the middle of why would they leave her off? Why that was I'm thinking from like the standpoint of them trying to say WNBA doesn't need Caitlin Clark. Why everyone keeps saying they do. I think they do need Caitlin Clark.
That's not smart on their part.
But
I jumped that was,
I think it's wrong. But then the way that they're playing all this stuff is all you hear is these people defending it from the WNBA. Is it saying we need, like when you hear the NBA talking about Michael Jordan and what he did for the league, even Bird and Magic, Dr. J, those guys, they all have all said Michael Jordan took this league to basically the stratosphere. Like it was through the roof with Michael Jordan, and he took it to levels we never thought. And every guy should be thinking Michael Jordan. That's what even guys where you hear Taurasi, Staley, they say she's a good player, but it's always with the caveat of, well, there's other good players. You know what I'm saying? She's got to wait her time and all these things. Where Bird was talking about Michael Jordan is God. Bobby Knight, before he went in the league, was saying this is the best basketball player I've seen.
I mean, do you think that there's some jealousy there?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Too. It's almost like there's like some jealousy going on. Listen, man, they want to make that bread. They about to go and hit that wagon to that girl.
I agree. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that they're not bringing it like it's Michael Jordan, but it's the closest thing they've ever had to that level of going like, what do they say, like a hockey stick where you're like this and then all of a sudden you shoot. I don't know why anybody, because like it's like on Shark Tank when you watch, it's like, okay, well, would you rather 100% of 2 million or 50% of 100 million? You know what I mean? Like if the pie gets massive, why is it everyone gets a bigger slice of the pie? So to me, it's just, I'm trying to look at it like from the standpoint of like what the WNBA and the people who are picking the thing, I think they're trying to say her time will come. We don't need her. There's other great players in the league. I think it could argue she's one of the top 12 because I think there's probably better than Taurasi for sure.
Oh,
what I'm saying is that it's kind of like Wemby. It's kind of like Wemby on the All-NBA. You could make a case for him to be on the All-NBA, but
case it could be the defensive player of the year.
He should have been. He should have been JB.
But he knew he wasn't going to win it because his time will come. Is what I'm saying. There's some politics for sure.
Chris, 100%. There's 100% of that.
That's all. But anyway, hey. All these are good, compelling arguments about Caitlin Clark, and guess what? She's getting talk on our show. So,
hey,
absolutely,
yeah. The fact that
you made it when you make it on our show.
That's right. Right.
Hey, look,
the millions are like, what the?
That's right.
The good topics, and women's basketball has come a long way.
Fantastic.
And it just needs to keep growing, and whatever they can do to keep it growing and keep people watching, that's what you want. So, but
absolutely,
it's going. We'll see. Like they're probably gonna win the goal anyway. So is it really?
Right? They know that. So
they will quellish. They will quellish, JB.
Yeah, quellish. All right, here we go. Dynasty time. If you didn't know, everybody, we are in the midst of a dynasty draft. We are I think we're in round 4, I believe.
Buttons is up.
Oh, wait, hang on, Chris. I'm up.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because
make you pick live.
It's the 4th pick in the CJ Squared.
Oh, coming to the podium.
Dynasty League draft in the 4th round. Buttons will select linebacker Dallas Turner.
Oh, you're knocking out the defensive players early, huh? I mean, you need 2 defenders, so you might as well jump on them.
That's a good pick, man. I had him up there high on my big board. I did. I had him, and of course, Buttons came in and swooped him up. Nice pickup, Buttons. Nice pickup.
Very
Buttons
nice,
has
by the way.
gone. Buttons has gone defense back to back.
How
Pick.
many more defensive players are you? Or you're six? You got.
I'm probably not going to take another defensive player. I mean, in this draft, with 2 more rounds, I'll probably just go somewhere else. But, I think defensive players are a little bit. I have noticed anyway. To me, they're a little bit underrated because here's if Dallas Turner or Latu work out, I have just chosen a guy that's going to be on my roster in the 3rd and 4th round for 10 plus years. I mean, you said it and you forget it.
Well, last year I got Will Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
and then I took Kyle Hamilton. So I pretty much did the same. Like I took,
Yeah.
What I did was I took 6 guys last year. I went young on 3 of them, super young, and then and I took like Jonathan, like guys who've been in the league for more years.
Yeah.
So basically, I was like, I'll just keep those guys. I took Quay Walker, young guys who I feel like will be good for years to come. But then the problem is I had to drop 2 of them.
Yep.
So, now I'm like, oh, dang it, now I got to get 2. But yeah, if you can get 2 young guys that, like you said, they're on your roster for years to come, then there's not a lot of turnover with those guys. If you got Bosa years ago, Bosa's still a beast.
Yep.
Right.
So I get it. It's just, you're still risking his Latu if Latu works out is kind of the thing.
I've seen you've seen the footage
Chris.
on Latu.
Yeah, I'm playing both sides on Caitlin Clark and Latu.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Chris. You pick a stance, Chris. Don't be Switzerland all the time.
No, I'm on both sides now. I'm going. Well, I think Latu's going to be good. It's just that you just never know with
if he can stay healthy. I mean, he's got a tremendous motor. I mean, he was all over the field in college, just all over.
I was watching a Caleb Williams breakdown, and the guy it's at QB school, and he's like all quarterbacks. He doesn't really. It's that JT O'Sullivan that used to play in the pros.
Oh yeah.
And so he breaks down quarterbacks. So he was watching, and he was like, it was against UCLA, and he was like, this guy is killing USC. He was like, he's like dominating the game basically. And it was Latu. Latu was really just that injury.
He's fast off that line, man.
He was dominating that game.
Fast.
I think everyone's just worried about his health because he had that health scare where he retired from football for a year.
Yeah.
Right.
And then came back out. So, because I think it was a neck. Was it a neck or?
I believe it was his neck. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are guys who have come out but remember Pollock, remember David Pollock? He never played again.
Mm-hmm.
He was a monster in college.
Yes, he was.
He got drafted like the 8th pick. I think he had a neck issue.
Yeah.
He never played again.
Never
They tell everybody Buttons live selects Dallas Turner, defensive lineman from Minnesota. APR, you are on the clock.
Nice.
You need to make your pick. Josh Rusk.
Josh Rusk, my brother-in-law.
Yep. We were having a discussion earlier. Who knows who and who is who on this in our dynasty league? So yeah, it's funny. I was telling them how Buttons, I've known you for 3 years, but yet to shake your hand.
I wonder. You know what, JB? It's happening. It's happening at some point, JB. And I wonder where how Josh feels about, because like I said to you guys, he's a Jaguars fan, and there was breaking news tonight.
Breaking news.
T-Law got his stacks.
Yeah, he's stacking up.
Yeah.
I mean, so the Jaguars are all in now. Is he going to get out of the Daniel Jones 2.0 persona that I have placed on him? Will he get out of that? He got his money. The man got his money. $200 million guaranteed.
Got to do it, JB.
Right? He's known for years since high school. One day I'm going to get paid.
I'm going to sign me that deal.
He's been
destined.
The man.
It's destiny, JB. This man was destined at the age of 6.
He's been the man.
I'm well-played quarterback.
Now, will he fulfill his destiny?
Mm-hmm.
See. All right, because right now I'm hearing that he's going as a QB2 in a one quarterback league,
Right.
like QB 17, 18. Well, it's early in the draft season. Those of y'all who are drafting, I know I'm out here looking at stuff. I'm listening. I got my ear to the ground to see what's going on. Streets.
We're already talking.
Streets.
We were pre-show. We were talking. I think they call it Devi rankings, where it's like the guys in college. What's coming up what's coming down the pipe later on.
They got fantasy for that too. Like, that's a lot
for college.
Well, like fantasy, like you have if you draft them
like a dynasty league, but you're drafting like guys in college until they,
wow.
but you play them in the pros.
Okay.
So
you just have them all the way.
That right there is deep.
Yeah. I got a text tonight too from old Hot Rod. He was like, "Have you seen this?" And it was a college football 25 thing. I said, "Of course I've seen it. I'm getting my Xbox this summer with my game." And I said, we're probably going to have a CJ Squared league more than likely.
Right about that.
We flew against each other and playing against the computer until it gets to the college playoff. Who knows? Know how that's going to work out. But anyway,
I'm going Air Force so I can run that. I can run that offense.
Oh, triple option.
Yeah, that's all I do.
No,
triple option.
Just run the ball. Just recruit and run the ball.
That's right.
Anyway, so talking about dynasty rankings again, if you have watched the show previous, we did dynasty rankings for our QBs of the future. And I think it's on the sheet. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And then
Joey, do not leave one out. Remember Buttons, he left like, who did you leave out last time?
Big name.
I left out
it's right here.
CJ Stroud out.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud on here for Dynasty. You don't even have him.
CJ Stroud didn't make his top 10.
That's on me.
He's like, I thought we were saying best out of 11. He's like, wait, you didn't say 11? The heck?
Oh, Chris, by the way, I heard that your boy I heard on the show that your boy is becoming the best friend to Justin Herbert. Who am I talking about?
Old Lad?
Lad.
Oh, Lad McConkey. I like to hear that. I need 100 receptions from that dude.
I heard Lad is out, gaining the trust of
that's right.
Of old Justin, Joey's boy.
Joey's like, I want to see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Or I'll see it when I believe it.
I'll see it when I believe it.
I'll see it when I believe it.
So are we going, let's get it straight. Are we going 12 or we're going 10?
I always
go with that. We going 12 or 10?
I always say 12 because we're talking about dynasty, and most of the time we got 12 teams in the fantasy league.
Right,
so
okay.
I keep going with 12. But
Add two more.
That's easy for you, Buttons. You probably had a list of 20.
I got it. I got it.
You probably had a list of 20. All right. So going with, let me fix this. Let me fix this top row real quick. So we can freeze row 1 so we can see. Yeah. Even though when I bring it down, we still can see our names. I even got Fantasy Pros there. Look at me. All right, here you go. Fantasy Pros is the official website of CJ Squared. I don't know what y'all, if you didn't know. I got that Fantasy Pros. I got that Fantasy Pros membership, I think. I got it for free too, I believe. From winning a fantasy league. Isn't that crazy?
You get it for free if you win a fantasy league?
I did something before. I did with them guys on. It was something I did. I think I signed up for a league, but I think when I won, I got something free too, just a membership. But gotta win stuff sometimes. Scared money don't make money.
No, it does not.
All right. Lil Max playing for the Chargers still. All right, so Buttons. First, you're the first one up. Who's your 12th ranked running back?
The freshest legs in the league, JB. I'm gonna take Jonathan Brooks.
Okay. All right, look at that. The freshest legs in the league. Okay. The man coming off an ACL. All
20
right.
years old.
Chris. Yeah, well, he's 20. Yeah, he's the youngest.
Yep.
The top running backs. Who you got there, Chris?
I'm gonna go James Cook.
James Cook. You got Jimmy Cooks there. All right.
Well, Jimmy Cook.
So what? Disrespectful? Jesus. I don't think I even have James. I don't think I have him in my top 12. So I guess I'm disrespectful too. All right, Joe.
JB, I'm going to take Kyren Williams.
Okay, Kyren Williams. All right. The guy they brought in a better Kyren Williams for. Okay. Me, I'm going to take Rachaad White. All right. Doesn't really have any competition unless Buttons boy, who I think he dropped, steps up from Syracuse. They did sign a guy named Bucky Irvin, who may have some playing time there from what I'm hearing through the grapevine. All right. For my 11, here's where I'm taking Kyren Williams because he's there in the top 12, but Blake Corum is knocking on that door.
JB, I'm going to take Pacheco.
Of course.
That's disrespectful. Okay.
I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kenneth Walker. Another guy who would probably be ranked higher if he didn't have another guy waiting right behind him. he got a guy, but Kenneth Walker is a good guy. It's funny how he started at Wake Forest and went to Michigan State and blew up. It's crazy.
That's the thing is go to an ACC school and then transfer
and blow up. Yeah,
blow up.
All right, Buttons.
I'm gonna take Williams here and then White as my next pick as well.
Okay, so we got White at 10. All right, okay. Chris, who you got here?
I'm gonna go Pacheco here.
Ooh, Pacheco.
I love his running style. It's just crazy.
Pacheco, but it's funny. He's like a 4-3, 4-4 guy.
He's just all over the place when
if you give him a crease, he can go to the house on you. And if you tackle him, he gonna make you pay. I mean, his longevity may not last that long.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's gonna last because
forever.
He's still there. Say what, Joey?
Forever.
Joey thinks Pacheco is the man. He don't want to trade him for nothing. Okay, Joey, who you got at number 10?
JB at number 10, I will take
Couldn't even know.
Kenneth Walker. Just want to make sure.
I just want to tell y'all guys what George's going to do now is look at our picks and see if he doesn't have them. he's like, that spot with one of the guys that we said. Think he's slick. All right, I got Pacheco here at number 10. All right, at number 9, I got Kenneth Walker. We all kind of in the same area. He got the guy with the champagne name behind him, which it just worried me. The Charbonnet, something like that.
Yeah, Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet.
That sounds like a drink.
Yeah.
Charbonnet. All right, Joey.
JB, I'll take Mr. James Cook here.
James
Cook. Old Cooks. Cooking them up.
Cook. I seen a video of James Cook dropping all kind of passes.
Let James cook.
He's working on it.
Okay.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Give that.
Give me
Will James Cooks get the touches between? James Cooks is going to be a 20 through 20 yard line player this year.
He
Because
better.
you know who the goal line back is. It's Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
So
And then they
touchdown.
brought in Ray Davis to to be the other one.
To vulture the rest of them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Give me Jonathan Brooks here.
Okay. Oh, got Brooks high. All right. Okay.
If the Bills have any chance, they will feed this guy, James Cook.
Hey.
And then I've got for 8th, I've got Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
I like Walker quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Kenneth Walker. I do too. He's just, Chris, who you got here at 8?
I got ETN.
ETN. Another one. I don't know. ETN is like the one guy that I honestly think he could be used more by them. It's just like he's being used wrong. But not in the passing game enough. You watch him
really coming out of college, that's what he was.
I mean, he was a beast out of this. I don't know what happened. I think it's a coach, but anyway. All right. Joey.
JB, I'll take my old man's here. I'll take Saquon.
Okay. Barkley. All right. Oh, my goodness. He had Walker here, right?
Walker,
yep. And Barkley. Oh, Saquon. Number 8, I have Achane. Still got most to deal with. And they draft some other guy. And then at number 7, I got ETN. It's amazing how in college Trevor would check down to him, but in the pros he just won't do it. It makes no sense to me. Can y'all explain that to me? Can y'all explain why the $200 million man does not understand that you don't throw the ball in double coverage, drop it off to your running back who's a superstar? Come on, guy. Anyway, it's just me.
He's really good in that open field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He really is.
Man, did you see him against Buffalo last year in London?
He's gonna figure it out, JB. He'll get the ball. He'll get the ball to him.
I'll take Achane here, JB.
We got a 7.
I'll take Achane here.
Achane, okay. That's Chris's man's. Chris told me, Buttons, I don't know if I told you this story.
Okay.
Chris texted me.
There's a C double.
C double.
Yeah, C double. See, it's my bad. C double. He texted me and told me he had Achane on his Dynasty big board. And I had to text back like, how do you have him on your big board when he's on my team? Can you explain that one to me? He's on your big board, but he's sitting there on my roster.
Oh, trade, JB. Trade, JB.
Yeah, but you know what happened with that trade.
Yeah.
He claims to have had, I was telling him, he claims to have had a deal with Paddleton. David. I was like, how did you have a deal with him when Buttons had a deal with him at the same time? Some don't sound right.
Uh-huh.
But anyway.
Paladin's playing both sides like me and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
I picture CB in like his little den downstairs, and he actually has a massive board with all the names on it. He's just like he's moving things around. He's actually got the big board.
He may.
give me Achane also. However you pronounce it. I've heard like 5 different
I think it's Achane, to be honest, but I don't know for sure. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take Achane.
Mr. Efficiency right now. This is one of the guys that don't need as many touches to have big games.
Ridiculous rookie season, efficient wise.
Absolutely.
All right, here I'm taking a rejuvenated Saquon Barkley.
Wait, hang on, JB. That's me.
Actually, that's right. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking at. I'm getting a little excited.
I have only one running back on this list that is age 27 and older, and it is Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, McCaffrey
at number 6.
You got McCaffrey at number 6. That's disrespect.
Man, no respect.
He's 27.
He was the best. He was probably the best player in football last year.
Yeah.
But he also signed a extension, right?
Yep.
2 years, 30 million. Or was it 40 million? 39
And I
million.
don't think he has the mileage because remember he's gotten a couple
The
years. where
way
he's
the
been
way
hurt.
that they distribute the ball to him, he could be in. I mean, he's not an ordinary 20. Like you're right, Chris. He's not an ordinary 27-year-old running back.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's got some years left in him.
he's probably gonna like. He's definitely not those guys. It's like he hits 30 and then it just falls off.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, except for the Madden curse.
You will be
Give me Jonathan Taylor here.
JT.
I'll join you with Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan
right?
Taylor's due for a monster year.
Yes,
Is he?
Yes.
I fell for that. I fell for that a couple years ago.
Joey, go ahead and doubt it, Joey. Go ahead and doubt it. All right. I got Barkley here. I think Saquon is going to get all those. I think in the next couple of years they're trying to preserve Hurts. So Saquon got a good couple of years in him to get Hurts to the finish line without getting hurt. All right, 5. I got Gibbs.
Oh, low on.
Why?
Gibbs.
Wow.
I got Gibbs. He's not even the starter. He's the second string back.
Oh,
Come on now.
JB, he's the starter.
He's not the starter. Montgomery's the starter. Stop it.
They know where their bread is buttered, JB.
They know where their bread is buttered, and it's buttered with a double-headed running back.
Oh, it's sandwich. It's both sides.
Yes. Come on now. If Gibbs was the lead back, he'd be in my top 3, but he's not a lead back.
He will be there, JB.
Yep.
He will be there, but when? When?
I'll go C-Mac right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? C-Mac?
C-Mac.
C-Mac.
McCaffrey.
Okay, I don't call him. I know that's a new name. That's news for me. C-Mac.
C-Mac.
Hey. I can spell his name.
Give me Quadzilla. And by that I mean AJ Dillon.
You're being funny, right?
I'm
What
saying,
the say? Like, what?
no,
That was weird.
Give me Barkley. Give me Barkley here. I was like, what the AJ Dillon?
I like this kid a lot. Travis Etienne. You got to give this guy the ball, T-Law. Please, I beg you.
Yeah, well, they got Tank Bigsby there, D'Ernest Johnson there. They brought in somebody else. I don't know what's going on there. All right. You got it at number 4.
Number 4, I have Breece Hall.
Ooh. Breece Hall, number 4? That's
Oh, man. No love for Breece Hall.
It's disrespectful, Buttons.
He's hurt.
Yes?
All the time.
All the time. Okay. He finished the season off strong.
I'll take
too late for me in one league, but yeah.
I'll take McCaffrey here.
Okay.
C-Mac.
C-Mac.
Give me C-Mac.
Mac. I have never heard somebody call him C-Mac.
Oh, he's definitely called that.
I haven't heard it. I'm just saying.
No, he always says it.
Absolutely. His dad calls him that.
Yeah.
Good run by C-Mac right
Way
there.
to go, C-Mac.
Way to go, C.
The whole time I watch a San Francisco game, Joey's like, oh, look at C-Mac.
Look at C-Mac. Ooh. JB, I'll take Gibbs here.
Gibbs, okay. At number 4, I got JT. JT didn't play the whole season last year. All right, here I'll take McCaffrey, not C-Mac.
Give me C-Mac.
All right.
JB, I will take Hall right here.
Okay. Oh, Breece Hall. All right.
Give me Gibbs here.
Gibbs from NCIS. Gibbs. Jeffro Gibbs. All right. You got here, Buttons.
I will be taking Jonathan Taylor here. Ahead of Breece Hall, for sure.
All right.
And then I will be taking the starter, soon to be, for the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Give me Hall here.
Oh, okay. Arsenio?
Yeah.
Who?
Who you got here?
Those people over there. Those are the people who like going on Fantasy Pros to pick their best players. JB, I will take Travis Etienne, number 2.
Man,
Oh, jeez.
just forgot about him. That's what happened.
Yeah, he was scrambling. Look at this
Yeah,
guy.
you
There
got
may
him.
be a 2,000-yard
Yes,
season coming
yes.
from him.
He botched the list again.
2,000 yards coming.
Here I got Breece Hall. And let me go ahead and crown the king of dynasty running backs.
Your man's, JB.
Mans. I've been recruiting Bijan for 3 years. I was talking about him being on my fantasy team. See, Chris has him in dynasty. Nice. I have him in one of my leagues where he's my keeper. He's going to be my keeper.
You were thinking maybe you needed a coaching change to dip your toes back in. You got it.
Badly.
Man, have you seen some of the things that the coach has been saying about Bijan and how he's going to use them?
Hopefully he's right.
It's sounding tasty.
Give that man touches.
Man. We all know number one. I'm just gonna let it marinate for a second. We all know who number one is. So we have a different number one.
No, everyone's got it.
All the way through, JB.
Unless Joey's got one.
All the way through.
All the way.
All the way through.
Joey's going Josh Jacobs.
Jacobs there.
He going what's his name?
He's got Devin Singletary.
Singletary, yep, the new running back for the
He's like, he's ready to pop.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm buying really low on Singletary.
So Bijan was our only consensus pick.
Wow.
And the only one.
We almost Achane was almost.
Yeah.
You had him one off, but he was close.
Yep.
So how many guys? So Robinson's obviously one.
And only you're the one who took what
we got 2 at Brooks. I'm obviously high on the youth.
Hall, Gibbs.
The 2 Utes.
Overall rankings, it definitely.
Did you say Utes? Excuse me, youths.
All agree that our number 2 would be Hall, based on where everybody is.
It goes probably Hall, Gibbs.
Hall's fine there, yeah.
All right, now
probably Hall, Gibbs.
You got Gibbs, and Gibbs here. You got McCaffrey. So it's probably going
Gibbs, McCaffrey, probably.
Gibbs, yeah.
Gibbs. Do we have Taylor?
Ooh.
No, so Taylor's up here.
Yeah, I would do McCaffrey, then Taylor, maybe?
Probably Taylor, then ETN, it looks like.
ETN's a 2, the 5.
So
but
Taylor's
ETN has some high ones too, yeah.
6,
7.
3 plus 4. He's 19.
8. Yeah.
And ETN is 8, 7, 5, 2. He's 22. So it would go Taylor, ETN probably. Then Achane.
Ian McCaffrey?
Oh no, it would go
McCaffrey next.
No, it would go McCaffrey, Taylor. It goes McCaffrey, Taylor, ETN, Achane.
Okay.
And then probably, or maybe Barkley. Where do we have Barkley?
I didn't have Barkley on my list. And that was not a mistake, by the way. He's off my list.
Ooh. Oh geez, hater. So I'll just add. So hold on. If I add
he's 27. He's 27. Okay. I don't like 20-year-old running backs. Okay. And he's hurt half the time.
True.
I mean, to be fair, I had him 13th on my list.
So if you put 13, that puts him at 36.
Is Achane higher than ETN?
ETN's higher because he's got Joey's 2 and he's got 5.
Yeah.
So ETN, it would
and
probably
then
go.
Achane.
Number 2.
Achane is 7.
And then
Seven.
and then Barkley probably, even though I don't have him on there, right?
No, we
Cook?
go Achane Barkley.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Barkley there. Yep. Got it.
Then who's the next? Walker, maybe?
Walker's at 8.
I have Walker pretty high.
Walker's the only guy.
Walker would either be at 9 or 10 for us.
Walker goes because he's the only one that's on there on all 4 of our
All
lists.
4, yeah. So definitely Walker. Now next would be Cook. So Cook is right here at 9 twice. And he's at here, but who else is up there?
Cook, it goes probably Cook,
Then Pacheco.
then Pacheco, and then Williams probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cook.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
I was just admiring a Barry Bonds home run.
Oh.
He's just watching.
Getting Barry Bond highlights and getting all sympathetic about it.
Oh my gosh. Watch his home run against K-Rod in the World Series is crazy. Oh my gosh. Crazy. The bat, listen to the sound the bat makes with the ball.
I saw Barry Bonds hit a home run in Camden Yards when they had the shift on completely. Hit the ball where nobody in the stadium was standing for a home run. Hit it right down the left field line.
Let me see if I can find that, JB.
It's the Orioles.
JB, I'll give you fantasy pros.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and tell me. All right,
top. You got Bijan 1, Hall 2, Gibbs 3.
Okay, so we got
same 4, same 5.
Oh, same 5.
Oh, wow.
Oh, same 7.
Wow, same 7.
So you got, I'll read it off. Bijan, Hall, Gibbs, McCaffrey, Taylor, Etienne, Achane, Barkley. Is that how we have it?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Bijan, Hall, Gibbs, McCaffrey, Taylor, Etienne, Achane, Barkley.
That's the top 8 we got, like fantasy pros.
Wow.
All right, and then Walker next.
Yep, we had that.
Got Walker too.
Yep.
Oh, we missed it. We
don't have Cook.
We have.
Who's their next guy?
Kyron Williams, Rashad White, Pacheco.
So they got Williams,
Rashad White,
and Pacheco.
Who was 13 for them? Brooks?
Cook.
Oh, okay. If Bud's like, I don't like that.
I don't know about that.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
We were still pretty close to hit the first 9.
Yeah.
When we were all like 4 guys doing a consensus.
And how many, if you look, they'll tell you how many experts had picked those like that. Like, what was the number of people?
Right.
Let me see.
Add us to the list. Pros.
Pick experts.
So it says consensus. This is the consensus of 17. Hold on, no, I'm looking at the rookie ranking.
26.
Dynasty ranking.
Right, 26. I'm seeing that right.
Consensus expert. I got mine says 20 of 25 experts. Running backs. My running backs, I got 26 running backs, and you got it. Bijan, Breece Hall, Gibbs, McCaffrey. There's yep. Taylor, Etienne, Achane, Barkley. Those are your tier 2 guys. Tier 3 guys: Walker, Kyron, White, Pacheco, James White. Brooks is a tier 3 guy, and Josh Jacobs.
Even we hit the tiers with the 3. The order.
Yep.
So, I mean, we hit it pretty well.
Pretty good.
Yeah. All
we
right.
need to come up with our own website.
DJ Square, you
Joey
know.
just needs to make sure he includes CJ Stroud, so we're not.
Yeah.
Like, look at these idiots. They forgot
That's all I
forgot
needed.
CJ Stroud.
Absolutely.
All right,
On the
Joe.
website, it's like penciled in, just like scribbled in with an arrow. Like,
How
Stroud
did you do?
should
How
go
did you do
here.
last week, Joey? How'd you do? Did you come through when your bets come through last week?
No, JB.
Oh, okay.
They did not come through.
All righty.
Fortunately.
It's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, well, you're picking basketball from Venezuela, so
But they were double-digit favorites. Double-digit favorites.
But last week, Buttons, it was women's basketball. He had the
Yeah.
Fever. He had what's
Vegas.
the team name?
I believe Vegas lost last week
Aces. He had the Aces, the Fever
at
and
home.
yep.
Dallas.
Yep.
In baseball, he had the Yankees winning, the Sox beating the White Sox, the Cardinals, Astros, and I think it's the Blue Jays.
Vegas got blown out at home by the Storm.
Jeez.
And then you had what? You had the Yankees.
The Red Sox over the White Sox.
Red Sox lost.
Oh, there you go.
Yankees lost.
Yep.
The Cardinals win.
Cardinals won.
Okay.
There you go, Joey.
The Astros win.
Astros won.
Okay, and did the Blue Jays win?
Freaking Vegas had no business losing at home.
Blue
No
Jays.
business.
All right. Now it's time for a bounce back. So what you got this week?
Mhm.
Okay, yes, this is a definite bounce back
Blue
coming
Jays
in.
lost to Oakland. Buttons.
So you were 3 foot. You were
We just traded Biggio,
Yeah.
who did?
the Blue Jays.
Oh, okay.
I saw a B
Ups.
on my phone. I saw a B and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's happening." We
That
just
was-
we
that
just
was
traded
dumb.
we just traded Boba shit. Oh no.
They traded the
about-
right B, I guess.
Yeah.
It's about time, Buttons.
Oh boy.
Underachievers
Oh boy.
is what they are.
We're
I
coming.
mean, he's relishing right now, but his Yankees are hot. He's relishing. His Yankees
Yeah.
are
We're coming.
on
We're
a
coming.
heater.
We're
Steaming.
coming. We're coming.
Steaming right now.
Steaming.
Demon Willie Beeman.
Willie beaming.
Willie Beeman.
All right, JB. Buttons, Chris.
Mhm.
Millions.
Millions.
Don't forget the millions.
Don't forget.
And don't
Yeah,
forget,
they're waiting around.
The lock.
woo,
3 wise men
yeah.
once told me. 3 wise men told me stick to what works.
here we go.
Money line coming. All 4
Mr.
picks.
Money line.
All 4 picks right here. All 4 here. Plus 358.
Ooh, okay.
4-legger. The
Yeah.
Yankees are visiting the Sox. Yankees money line. They're moving this game up so that the city can watch Boston win their NBA championship.
They did for real?
They did.
I think it's at 6:30. Yeah.
6:31 first pitch start.
Yep. Yep.
Braves. JB, your Braves are struggling right now.
You gotta tell me.
However, Chris Sale is on the hill at home against Tampa.
Yeah,
Braves money line.
you're a homer. Isn't he one of your fantasy team pitchers?
Yes, he is.
Oh my goodness.
He's double dipping.
Yes, he is.
Hey, with his heart. Go ahead.
Let's go to some WNBA.
Uh-oh.
Minnesota Lynx will be hosting the LA Sparks Lynx money line. And lastly, the Mystics won their first game the other day.
What?
No.
However, they will not win their second game. Chicago Sky money line.
Okay. The Sky, huh?
Plus 358.
God, the Sky aren't that good, you know.
Yeah, but the Mystics are terrible. They're not their best
Yeah.
players ain't even playing, I believe, one of their best players.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have Deladon for the Mystics, and they don't have the big red hair girl who played ball in Stafford.
Yes.
Hmm.
Won a state championship at JM, won a state championship at C Forge.
Yeah.
Joey, you know the Euros start today.
They started today?
Oh well, the fourth, like the
Okay,
14th they'll be playing.
I did see it on there. I'll probably tune it in.
Hold on.
Euro betting next week.
You do like a Euros round robin last year?
We did a World Cup.
World Cup, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do. We gotta figure out what we're doing for the Olympics. This will be our first Olympics.
Yeah, we got to do something. We'll have to do
like some gold medal numbers or whatever.
Well, I don't know. You weren't in on the World Cup, were you? We did
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I do another World Cup with some college buddies as well. And it's four of us, and we do, they have a spread. The guy has a spreadsheet, and we do a draft of the teams and whatnot.
Spreadsheet, huh?
This guy, JB, this guy is Mr. Spreadsheet.
Yeah, I figure, yeah. Look, I got my.
We should have done one for Euros. What did we do? 4 teams last year? How many we picked?
All right, here we go. I got it right here. Let me pull it up. The one thing I do have, the receipts. And the one guy may not have receipts.
Like, does he have receipts for Dustin Johnson winning a major?
Listen, I have all of those. I have a box, a file box. It has everything he says written down.
JB, you don't have my my Desmond Ritter take on there, do you?
I
do. Can you rip that up?
Yes, I do.
You can discard that, JB.
No. All right. This is our World Cup we did.
I mean, we could each draft 2 teams for the Euros if we want. Let me see.
There you go. Soccer. Let's see. World Soccer Draft.
So I'll give you.
Shout out Team USA for actually showing up and competing the other day against Brazil. Not a real Brazil squad. 1-1. Way to go.
And not even the real.
Rodrigo played.
Rodrigo.
That was about it.
It starts tomorrow.
Well, so like Germany will play because where is it held?
I believe in Germany.
So, yeah, so they'll be. I don't know what's the hour. What's the difference?
6 hours. Is that?
So that says they play here at 3 p.m. So is that there? What time would that be?
6 hours, JB, right? Or is it 7 hours?
I think it's 6 or 7.
Okay.
Hey Google, what's the time difference between the USA, East Coast, and Germany? 6 hours.
Okay.
Standings. Let's see. You got Group A, B. How many groups they got? Ooh, they got a lot of groups.
Got A through F, JB.
Yeah, A through F, B, C, D.
I'm trying to look up some futures so you can see what the odds are.
Some groups have 5 and some only have. Some have 4.
I thought they all were 4.
All should be 4.
Yeah, Group D has something that says playoff winner A. I don't know.
That just probably means like who. That's probably the next round.
Oh, okay. All right. But okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. I know I'm not. Yeah, how we gonna decide who gets to pick who? You know what? It ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna go with whatever. Y'all tell me how y'all want to do this. We gonna do it.
Gotcha, JB.
You can pick
I'll give you JB. So we know who the teams are that are good. You want me to give you the top like 2 teams in each thing, so and you can just write them there, and then we
Yeah.
can know. So you got this is the list here. You got Germany.
The top 8.
I'll give you the all right. So I'll give you Germany, Switzerland, Spain, Italy,
Germany, Switzerland, Spain,
Italy,
Italians,
France, Netherlands,
France, Netherlands, the home of bikes.
England, Denmark, Belgium, Ukraine.
You gave me 10 now. Hold on. Belgium.
I'm giving you the top 2 from each group.
From each group, okay.
Yeah.
Belgium. What's the last one you said?
Belgium, Ukraine,
Right. Ukraine. Crush.
and Portugal, Turkey.
Is Turkey playing both sides of the coin, Chris? Couldn't Turkey be playing in the whatever they do for the Asian countries too?
Oh, I don't know. Do they? I
They
mean,
could.
I would...
Just mess with y'all. Little geography for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So what we gonna do? We gonna
JB, where'd you type it at? On the which do you see it?
You just wrote it down.
I wrote it down on paper.
Oh, okay.
And I will hold
So
on.
who wants to go? What was the last thing we did?
How we did it last time, we did it by wins, losses, and draws, and did totals. And I believe
so you'll I'll draft last then.
all right, this is last song.
Buttons, you want to draft first or third?
I can draft wherever, man.
All right, Buttons going first.
All right.
Buttons. And I'll just
Joey wants England, so
I do not want them.
here we go.
they made the finals last year, Joey. Oh, last Euros.
True. Very true, Chris.
Buttons, you went with the home squad.
If I spell something wrong, I'll fix it. I'm just
Hang
gonna
on.
type them in real quick.
Oh, you're just putting them out there.
Oh, yeah, putting them out there.
I'm gonna change the format
Yeah.
once I see everybody's names.
Okay.
Just to just so I'm gonna type that up again.
Yeah, and then you can just put our names next to it, JB, and
And
just
that's what I'm gonna do, Buttons.
Yep.
Thank you for reading my mind.
look at that. I mean, me and JB, we're
Always.
just on this level. I'm telling you.
Joey's over there probably asleep.
I mean, don't you?
Wide awake.
You're thinking now that I wasn't also looking at Mr. Bucky Irving as well, JB.
Man, I'm sure you were. Like I knew, like the one pick I knew for certain that you was gonna take it. Nobody else took him was your boy, Penix. You went to battle for that guy. I was like, oh yeah, okay. That's Buttons' man's right there.
Mike.
Hated him.
That's his man's. All right, Buttons, you have the first pick.
So we'll each take 3 then, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
That works. We each get 3.
Yep.
All
I will be taking Germany here.
Oh, the home squad.
Home team.
Good job, Buttons.
So Joey's next.
Yep.
Joey,
France.
that number 8 squad. Oh.
France.
Yep.
Viva la France. All right.
I know who Chris is taking.
I'm taking my homeboys from England. Give me England.
They're gonna choke it away, JB. Trust me.
Come on. When they don't, I'm coming
hang
here.
on, JB. You put Joey's name next to France.
Oh, my bad. I put France.
Yeah.
We come from France.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is get you a baguette. Have you seen like the TikToks or the Instagrams about the players from France? Like they're like, yeah, or England, or any of these places, like these guys, it's funny how they like all the French players are black. Like
Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
England got a whole bunch of black players on their team too. What's going on here? A lot of them, like they could, and then I think a lot of these guys could have played for a different country as well. That's the crazy part.
Probably, yes.
All right, who you got here, Chris?
Give me Portugal.
Portugal.
Yep.
And
My bad.
give me
Turkey.
Spain.
España.
The Spaniards.
Spaniards. All right. All right. Give me the home of the bicycles.
Nice, JB.
No, I can't spell it right. All right, Joey, who you got?
JB, I'll take Italiano.
Oh, come on.
You know this week was Italian Heritage Night at Nationals Park.
Oh, was it?
I didn't go to it. It was the first time I've been to a Braves game in National Park when they actually lost. They lost 3 hot. I went to all 3 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Nats are playing the Braves very well this year.
Yeah, they are.
Very well.
All right. It's you up.
All right. I'm gonna take Belgium.
No, it's oh yeah, Buttons is up with 2 of them.
Yeah, I got my last 2, right?
Yeah.
Belgium and
Belgian dip.
gosh.
Turkey's getting
Power.
over.
Let me take the Ukraine.
Okay. You came. You
The Ukraine is weak.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ukraine, which
Yeah. Say Ukraine weak. Yeah, we're playing a game here, pal.
That's a Seinfeldism, everybody. If you didn't know that episode of Seinfeld, where on a train, Kramer and Newman are playing a game of war, and somebody is
Risk.
Risk. Yeah. And what Kramer's about to roll the dice, he says, yes, the Ukraine is weak.
It's time to put the hurting on Ukraine.
And Ukraine and the bus are like, Ukraine weak. They're bored. All the game pieces everywhere. So funny. All right. So Buns has the Ukraine. It's your pick, Joey.
Baby, I will take the Swiss.
Oh, the Swiss.
Oh, I thought Chris was going there. Mr. Neutral.
The Swiss.
I 100% would have gone Mr. Neutral if it fell to me. I mean, I wouldn't have had an option.
Right.
Which is perfect. I don't have to make a decision.
I'm going to stick with my brethren, my Norwegian brethren.
There you go.
And stick with Denmark and let Chris take Turkey.
I'll take freaking Turkey.
Yep.
Thanks.
I know that that there are more than a few Turkish kids that are on here that are some rising stars apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'll take it.
Some exciting kids that I was reading about.
I'll hook up the scoring system and we'll go from there. I'll fix it.
All right, that's sweet. Now we got something to root for.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, yeah, the Euros.
Who?
Yeah, Euros. Yeah, I mean plurals. There you go. All right, like Jay-Z said. All right, now it's your go. That's right, Joey.
Now we got the big
Carter.
Classic Jigga.
You been?
Everywhere you been.
Exactly. All right. So we still got the big boy, Joey.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a tangent there. We got the big boy. We did our Euro picks. We got our recap. We got our lock. Joey had the lock. There's a Mr. Moneyline special. The Yanks, the Braves, the Lynx, and the Sky. And what's up with the big boy? What we doing?
CJ squared.
What you gonna do to make Buttons cringe tonight?
What you gonna do?
Here's what's happening with this plus. It's a little toned down. It's a little toned down. Plus 996.
Oh wow, that is toned down for you.
We're going all NBA finals right here.
What?
All NBA finals was.
We doing player props.
We're doing same game parlays.
We're doing same game parlays, an extra player prop in there, and then just straight up, we know Boston's
champ.
There it is. That's what it is, JB. Of course, we're gonna go money line Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, Boston money line. Okay, Boston. Joey is calling out the broom.
Jaylen Brown, 25 points.
What? Is that a Metro Man shirt? What kind of shirt is that?
X-Men.
X-Men. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Buttons.
Jaylen Brown. 25 points?
25 plus.
Okay.
Could put Jaylen Brown's MVP as well. But
Uncle Drew.
You didn't hear from me.
Uncle Drew, 25 plus.
All right, Kyrie, 25 plus.
That one could be questionable.
Drew, 25 plus?
Uncle Drew, 25 plus.
Oh, my Lord.
Then he not going to get there. He had 35 last night.
Yeah, but he had, what did he get the first two?
In Boston, Chris, in Boston.
True.
This is they're in a situation where he has to leave it all out on the floor.
Yeah, all right.
And he finally realizes LeBron is not here to save me. I gotta do it. I gotta do it all.
Luka there. Okay, let's go to the next thing. You got me
He went with the old Thanos. I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
I do it myself. All right, go ahead.
He went first two games 12 and 16.
Man.
So he better Thanos this thing.
Yep.
Jason Tatum is on here a few times. Jason Tatum will have 4+ assists.
I like that.
Okay.
Triple Tatum with Tatum.
Mr. Tatum will have 3+ made threes.
I don't know about that one.
To be joined by Luka, who will also make 3+ threes.
There a bet on how many times he's gonna fall to the ground?
Yeah, 3+ falls. How many times he whines to the ref?
Oh man,
that's over
grand total
9.
996.
So a recap: we got Boston money line. We got my MVP right now. It was Justin Holiday for games 1 and 2, but now as a whole, right now with Jaylen Brown, that dunk was nasty. He had the other night. That was a nasty. People don't understand how athletic that dude is.
Yes.
I mean, they really don't. He's a top athlete in the league, but can't go left sometimes. This is his biggest problem. His handle ain't tight enough for him. All right, so Brown 25 plus, Irving, Uncle Drew 25 plus, Tatum 4+ assists, Tatum 3+ threes, and Luka the Don can't play defense.
Not at all.
Well, how many? You should bet on how many Olays would Luka have. Olay, go ahead.
Help me, Lively. Help me, Lively.
Help me.
Help me, Obi-Wan. Help me. You're my only hope.
You're my only hope, Obi-Wan. Help me.
Do you got for sure 100% JB? You think Jaylen Brown's gonna win that MVP?
I'm saying that if he has another game with 25 plus, I think he has a better chance to win it than if Tatum puts up 30, they may give it to him.
30 again, JB. I mean,
I'll say if he does, if Tatum puts up 30 again, they might lean Tatum. If Tatum has a slack game and Brown, because Brown is averaging about what? I know Brown's averaging more points than Tatum. Tatum is probably averaging more rebounds and assists in the finals.
Yeah.
But I think that the leading scorer may be Drew Holiday. If Drew Holiday has a good game, we may win MVP.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I did pick Drew Holiday on my person to win MVP on our paper. But it's gonna be, if they win, it's gonna be either, I mean, of course, I think right now if you had to rank them up, I would say Brown, Tatum, and Holiday. Right now, that's right now the order going into this last game. Who could win the Finals MVP? What do y'all think? Who you got, Chris?
I've got Tatum. I mean, I think
I would say
he surged last game. and he didn't
Yeah,
have to and he didn't have to surge the game before because he was dishing out 10+ assists.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
I mean, let me see if you look at. I'll read.
He still took his shots though, but it wasn't like he
No,
had.
no, he no. It was not for lack of trying, JB.
Yeah,
Because
it wasn't.
he took the most shots, I think, in that game.
Wasn't an
Yes, he
efficient
did.
game.
If he can put a 40 spot,
So the thing
Oh,
is,
that's a wrap.
Tatum hasn't shot above. He shot 37, 27, and 42% right now. And he's hit 31, 18. So 31, 6 and 5, 18, 9 and 12, 16, 11 and 5. That's his 3 games.
right.
You look at Jaylen Brown's game log, 38 and 9, 21, 4 and 7 with 3 steals, 22, 6 and 2 with 3 steals, and he's shooting 58%, 53%, and 54%.
Gosh.
That's Jaylen Brown's to be had right now, for sure.
It is.
I mean, he just has to have a pretty good game, plus he's still doing it on the defensive end.
Right.
I think it's Jaylen Brown's award right now, unless he just lays flat and Tatum comes out and kills him.
Brown, he's hunting for the MVP tomorrow. You watch.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be
he wants to.
Gonna be on a. I mean, the dude didn't get he didn't get on the All NBA team. That's disrespectful.
That's because of us. We had one vote.
Because of us, I had him on my freaking team.
He heard that, and he's been on a tear.
He definitely heard that.
That's right.
All NBA team. You got all these guys who made an All NBA team who's not even doing crap in it. Couldn't even get out the first freaking round, or couldn't even make the playoffs.
He definitely heard it, and he wasn't happy.
I tell you what. Here's what they can't say. They can't say, "Oh man, he the highest paid player in the league if he win MVP." They can't say anyway now the way he played in the finals. In the playoffs,
Brown is a minus 300. Jason Tatum is a plus 280.
So right now,
the betting favorite is. So Jaylen Brown's got a.
You don't think Tatum? You don't think Tatum knows that?
I know he does, but also, and Tatum is the kind of guy. Jaylen Brown is a guy. Honestly, I believe that he ain't MVP hunting. Tatum is the kind of guy that's MVP.
Yes, he is, JB. Yeah, he wants to put up that 40 spot. And then to crown him.
Hey, well, Buttons, this is the cheapest you're gonna get Jason Tatum MVP, because I doubt this is probably the first time it's been plus money. So if you're gonna bet it, now's the time.
I'm telling you right now, Buttons, the narrative right now, how they've been talking all the stories, is really the narrative is it sounds like Jaylen Brown is not getting the respect he deserved as a player.
Oh.
Very true.
That's the narrative. If you look at the stories, all these things about how Jaylen Brown this, or Jrue Holiday said this about Jaylen Brown, and Tatum and them have a good relationship. It's a Jaylen Brown kind of like feel right now.
Yeah.
Like
was CJ Squared ever mentioned in that narrative about not giving him the respect? Did they ever?
No, because they know out there.
They know.
CJ Squared, even though we did not have him on our board as a All NBA player, we think he's an All NBA talent.
Yeah, I agree.
He is.
So it's just unfortunate that this year Boston was so good that really they didn't get their profit. They could have had. I mean, if you base it on record and your players and your team, they could have had at least 3 guys on the All NBA team.
But JB, he is one of the most, and he's turning my head for sure. He's one of the most well-rounded players in the league. For sure.
He's a two-way player.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of the narrative around him was in the finals against the Warriors, he didn't play that well. A lot of times it was the turnovers or it was the handling of the ball and the turnovers that really got him.
He was giving that thing away.
Yeah.
It kind of got him in a pickle. Like his handle wasn't tight enough. But now he get into that rack. If you ain't stopping him, all of them. One thing about Boston you got to appreciate is that they are the ultimate drive and kick team, because everybody can drive and kick except for maybe the bigs. Like
he can.
Wings,
he can. He can.
everywhere driving kicks.
White, Holiday, Brown, and Tatum will drive to the basket and finish if you don't stop them. But if you are there, they will find the open man.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful thing. It reminds me a lot of the year San Antonio came in there, whooped up on the Heat. That one year when they came back and beat them the second time in the finals. The passing that year from the Spurs was immaculate. Them and Golden State and this Boston team, just the way they moved the ball, beautiful.
That's coach. Absolutely. That's the coach talking right there.
Absolutely. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what that is, Chris.
Man, I love to see. I don't like ISO basketball unless I'll take ISO ball if the game, like for example, if you tell me the game is tied or down 1 right now in this series, I'd rather have the ball in Kyrie or Luka than Tatum or Brown.
Right.
Would you really, JB?
Yeah, if it's that close a game, I'd really rather have the ball in one of those guys' hands if it was a close game. But playing team ball, give me those 2 guys all day instead of Kyrie and Luka. You're going to get defense. You're going to get scoring. You're going to get toughness.
Every single time.
Now,
they are built like that. They definitely are.
I rarely see Brown like cry to the refs, but Tatum is almost on that Luka level of crying to the refs too. Right? They're winning, so we're not talking about it. But if you watch the games, he's like, I'm getting hit. I'm this, I'm that. Every time he does it in the regular season too. But yeah, he's gonna be MVP hunting tomorrow.
Yep.
We're gonna see Buttons. You plus 280.
Oh, I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put it down for sure.
He's gonna put it down.
You want that got that plus money.
Got that plus money. Gotta get it. Oh, Buttons, I'm gonna hate to have to give you this money for golf again too.
It's still.
Oh, it's early, JB. It's early. It's one day.
But still, man, it's a bad day. I looked up. I'm down 30 points in the standing. That's not good.
It's like who do you need? Who do you need to? Oh, you need Victor Hovland.
It's the problem. Me and Buttons have the same players.
You got to roll with Hovland and hope he
swapped him out. Whatever.
Oh, you swapped him, JB.
Hovland's not. What if Hovland goes off tomorrow?
That's well. He's a +8. He's done. I'm going to make that cut.
So who do you have that's different on the bench than Buttons?
I already took my guy. I took that guy off the bench already. I took I have Koepka on the bench, but I don't think swapping him in wouldn't do anything. Like I swapped in Rory. Rory had 23 points today. Victor Hovland gave me what he gave me, Chris. You see my
0 donuts.
He gave me a 0. A goose egg. So, but at least I can say this. I did draft 6 players.
Buttons, do you see Joey's?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Look at Joey's squad.
Hang on. Let me look at this thing real quick.
They still haven't teed off.
Wait, hang on. He only has 2 players in.
They haven't teed off. Darkness.
Darkness is spreading.
Darkness was too dark for them to. He picked the guys who teed off late.
Shambo and just boy just Dustin.
It was a long night, Buttons.
Oh.
He's like, I don't need 4. I need 2.
I just need.
That's all I need.
He's like, give me DeChambeau and Johnson versus the field.
That's it. Just like old Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, I don't need. He's like, I'm gonna win this thing with 2.
I almost had DeChambeau in there, but
I sure would think of that.
I don't like going with like every single. It seems like I go with a lot of favorites a lot of times, so I wanted to mix it up. Put Matsuyama in there as well.
Hey, that's okay. You know what?
Yep.
They're favorites for a reason.
Yeah,
it's a smart thing to do. Like Scheffler had like the lowest odds on winning this than anybody in a minute.
Yeah.
So you had to go with Scheffler, right? Yeah. And he top of 14 right now.
Yeah, he put up a 14.
Like Rory, came out like what? I don't know. I don't even know why I took Rory, but anyway. I'm not gonna lie. I did hear some guys on RotoWire talking about golf, and the other guy too. It's Jeff Ratcliffe, not Jeff Mans, Chris, but Jeff Ratcliffe
Okay.
also was a guy
Who was he? Who was he hyping?
I mean, he had a guy come on and they mentioned that the guy he was breaking it down. Like, of course, he was hyping Scotty. He was like, Scotty. He thought he was talking about with Scotty. So I'm going with Scotty.
He's playing absurd, so.
And then they did mention the Colin guy.
Morikawa has been playing well also, though.
If they know what got me, tell you what got me. One of those shows they talked about Victor Howland playing well this weekend.
Oh, that killed you.
Yeah, that's the one that got me.
I mean, he's been good in majors though. Even last week.
I looked at the odds. So normally what I do is I already know at least one guy I'm going with. Most of the time it's Scotty, right?
Scotty.
And I choose from them top 8 guys, right? Like, all right.
And there's a reason that 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 of us took Scotty.
Yeah, I try to be different, but somehow
one of us would have. If all 5 would have, if he would have had a chance to finish his roster.
True, Chris.
True. You, Chris, with Mr. Fleetwood, hey?
That's right.
Okay.
Mr.
Wyndham Clark, don't worry, he's still on my bench.
Oh, I know. I see.
He's waiting to get the call.
You're waiting.
Hey, he's my closer. He's my Mariano. I'm gonna play the music. He's just gonna come in. I'm gonna play like Trevor Hoffman. I play AC/DC. He just runs in.
CB with Ludwig.
I was gonna put Ludwig also. I couldn't find him.
Yeah.
CB he's probably steaming right now because you win against him, Buns. Trust me. He doesn't like that. He was mad last time. Like, man, Buns, man, he was making all these noises. Like, dude. That's okay. It's okay. Anyway, a lot going on. Man, but baseball is picking up steam. Where's the All-Star break? It's coming up soon, right?
Usually second
week of July.
Middle of July, usually.
Yeah.
Yep. Fantasy baseball going.
Aaron Nola pulled an Aaron Nola. He's got a 19.6 ERA today.
Is this his first big blow up?
He's been pretty good actually for me, but
pretty good.
His last games before this, he had a 0 ERA, 284, 3, 257, 0. He's only had one game. He's had 2 games where he's just gotten destroyed.
Yeah,
and one was tonight.
He's having a great year.
He's having a good year. So
yes, he is.
The whole team is having a good year.
Yes, they are.
So Diesel is beating me right now 19-8. JB might catch me. I've been holding JB. I'm keeping him at bay.
Yeah, bay.
At bay.
Joey at bay last week.
Sure did.
Like 16-11 all week.
CB. All at bay. CB.
At bay.
CB style.
Well, this week, this is my because I've been slowly declining.
Yeah.
And
it's still we got a long way to go.
A long season.
Marathon, JB.
Marathon, yeah.
Well, and 8 teams make the playoffs, so it really doesn't matter. You just got to make the playoffs. Because in baseball, just as many people have lost from the first spot as the 8th spot. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It matters because there's no bye. As long as you get in, who cares? Because it's 1 week at that point, and everyone's going to be throwing crazy stuff at the wall anyway.
Yes, they are.
Well, I know I've been in the league 2 years, and I've been in the finals for 2 years, so
you just got to keep it going.
Pop my collar right there.
My
God. Hey, Buns, do you know where the at bay story came from?
No.
Oh, all right, give you a little lesson on. Remember a game called Coach K basketball? Okay. Well, I got a story for you. So first, let's start with Rodney. I played Rodney over 100 times in Coach K, and till this day, he's never beat me.
Ever? Ever.
Ever. He had the chance. The one chance he had to beat me. I forgot what it was, but I had Cincinnati.
Okay.
I was down like 10 with like 3 minutes left and went on like a ridiculous run to come back and win that game. Broke his back. And CB's probably won about 2 or 3 times.
And and what system is this, JB?
It's back in the Sega Genesis, back in the day.
Sega Genesis, okay.
Genesis.
Yep, got it.
This was the college days.
Yep.
So when I played CB. I used to play CB with. I say pick a team. I'll beat you with them. And he always get close, but I'll always hit a big shot and be like, CB, I'm gonna keep you at bay. Keep you at bay.
That game was great because I think it used the same engine as NBA Live 95, which was an absolutely fantastic game.
Absolutely, Buttons.
Yep. I
used to keep CB at bay. Now, the game did have a few glitches. So if you mastered the glitches, you could pretty much not lose. I knew, but yeah, I used to play.
Did he know the glitches also?
He did, yeah.
So you were both glitching out, basically.
No, I didn't glitch against him. I just knew, like we both like Syracuse, right? Mm-hmm. So that Syracuse team was the one that had Moulton, Autry, Wallace, and it had Otis, and it had Luke Jackson as a small forward. So, and the Kentucky team had Roderick Rhodes. Maryland had Joe Smith, and you had the real players on there, right? You knew who they were. They had the rankings. It didn't matter. Hey, pick a team, CB. Who you want me to beat you with today?
What was the glitch? You remember?
The glitch was if you jump in the air and you twist like right to left and shoot, automatic buckets.
Money. Reigning threes, JB.
Especially once you cross half court. You can make a half court shot if you at half court you jump and you hold it. I had a friend beat me at the buzzer. A friend of mine named Leon, he had Massachusetts, beat me at the buzzer one time with a 3 from half court using the glitch.
Oh, wow.
He probably didn't even mean to use the
half
glitch.
Court.
And he hit a half court 3 to beat me. So
half court.
That game, it was a fun game.
They had Lawrence Moulton and John Wallace on that squad, JB.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
The backcourt you had all it was. So I remember that year. Do you remember that year? They actually played that Kentucky team in the Dome and was a big game that year.
Yep.
Right? They played, and if they had, Autry and Moulton and all those guys. So yeah. And then Joe Smith played at Maryland. I mean, Joe Smith was hanging out on our campus because he grew up right down the street in Maury High School.
Right. Wow. Okay.
I played with him at the gym every once in a while. I played with Jeff Capel. They always come over you and play ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's from Virginia also.
Yes, he is.
I was playing with Jeff Capel, and he was like, "Man, shoot the ball." I'm like, "Ain't you the one playing at UNC?" I want to see on the court. You shoot the ball. So that was pretty fun playing with him. Him telling me to shoot. But CB, I just keep CB at bay. He knew it. If I tell him right now, I'm keeping at bay, he knows that. Like I'll send if we were playing something recently, doing something, and I sent him a picture and a video of sitting on the dock of
He knew.
Keeping you at bay. He knew what I meant instantly. I'm keeping you at bay, CB.
Nice.
Keep at bay.
I remember
Bay.
I remember the NHL. What was it, Joey? NHL. Which one did we play? NHL 94, maybe?
It was either between 94, 95, 96. They were.
And one of those had a glitch where.
Yes, it did.
You could hit from one spot, like as soon as you cross
blue line. Yeah.
Ice, like middle of the ice or whatever, and it was like right there. You could hit one, and then another one would be like if you went around the goal really quick and popped up. The goalie couldn't get back to the backside.
Oh my God.
You could flip it over. but you would only use it if you were in like losing at the last
Right, right.
You're like, oh, right there. I used to do that in a FIFA soccer game. You could stand when the goalie would punt, like to punt the ball out. You could stand right in front of the goalie, and he would punt it into you.
Oh, right for a goal.
And then it would just bounce off, and then you kick it in. But I would be like, I'm only using that when I'm down.
Dire straits.
Yeah, last 5 minutes.
Will be the glitch for NCAA 2025.
That's a good
You
question.
would hope they wouldn't have glitches, but you know they will.
Yep.
Always.
If do y'all remember when Call of Duty came out, the first Call of Duty, not the first Call of Duty, but the one that was Modern Warfare.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Online, and then you can see people up there actually trying to use the glitch to get care. They call it the care package glitch. You see them sitting there dancing on screen, and then the care package fall out of the sky. I'm like, dudes, it was crazy.
Great.
Like, care package glitch. Like, what is going on?
Who found that though? Like some guy just dancing in there.
Yeah.
You know how you play those games and the kids be mad, like you're camping. I'm like, no, I'm killing you. Shut up.
Buttons,
Your
did you
games
play
hackers
the
coming to
first
you.
shooter type games?
Oh yeah,
I
I play those for sure.
What was the one the 007 one?
Oh yeah, that was my big one. That was my
I was horrible at it, but I was a sweet game.
GoldenEye was sweet.
Yeah. Only about GoldenEye, you really didn't get, just you like playing against the computer. You didn't get that Halo and
Right.
the old Halo. And I used to play when I was in Stafford and I first moved up in Stafford for a couple years. I used to play those online games all the time. I played online against people playing college football.
Yes.
I played Halo against them. I'd be on there playing Call of Duty. Guys like, are you a black guy?
Like,
Little
hold on,
kid.
I'm talking with a black guy.
Are you a black guy? Like, let me mute this crap already.
Crazy.
Hey, you'd be amazed. They're like, what?
Be like a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
are you of legal age to play this game, sir?
Hey, why does your dad let you play this? Like one time, it's for a kid telling you like a baby. Like, why are you playing this game?
Well, don't tell me he was beating you.
No, he won't.
Oh, okay. He would have probably beaten me though.
One thing I didn't do is like they'd be mad, like 1v1 me. Like, no.
1v1 me.
Not 1v1 you.
I'm a team player.
1v1 me.
1v1 me. They all still say that.
Yep.
Sniper game.
1v1 me.
Like, no.
Uh-huh.
I would just be about the little like the boat or like the little ship in Halo. And like, like it was the one where it was like the big mountain scene. It was like kind of like you were down like below.
What are you talking about?
You could get one of those, like you could get in one of the ships.
Shoot at people, yeah.
And you would just see me like in the back of all the other guys' screens. Because we would play in college and I'd just be flying back. I'd just be out cruising.
The craziest thing about Halo I used to do is I try my best to like place a sticky grenade on people. Like I would try to get so close to
the plasma grenades, JB.
I could just actually like put it on your shoulder and walk back and look at you blow up.
They're like, what are you looking at? You'll see.
Yeah.
You got to find out.
That's a wrap, the seed grenade. Yeah, that's the plasma grenade was a wrap.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was never that good. I'd have been the guy getting it on him.
I used to you play back some of the video from it, like goodness gracious, man. It's just too like somebody getting shot. Like I tell the kids, like you're like a Call of Duty character, you get shot and all of a sudden you just go stiff.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, can't wait for college football 2025.
Big time.
Definitely.
Big time game. Can't wait.
I was watching a video recently. It was a guy was ranking. He was ranking what the best dynasties to use are.
Oh, okay.
And so he had like a tier ranking out of like all the teams. I think he had like teams like West Virginia, I think was up there, like Maryland, a lot of like Power 5 or Power 4 now, like teams that are not that good, but they're still. He was saying like everyone, like in the last one, everybody used Boise State because they had the blue field or whatever.
Yeah.
People will be all on Coastal because don't they have a?
Theirs is different color.
They have like a
too.
teal field, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
And they're pretty decent. So
Yes, they are.
So teams like that are like
Pretty
Power
decent
4
football
or
down
5
there.
teams that are. But then you see like they're giving a lot of love to like Wyoming, like teams like that are not very good at all. But it did say that like if you take a team like Wyoming, what I read is if you take a team like Wyoming, back in the like years ago, you could turn them around in like 2 years. They said now if you take a team like Wyoming, it could take you like years to turn them around. Like it's more accurate to like, and they're saying like what I used to do is I would recruit the fastest player in the country, no matter the position, and then run an option and put him at quarterback and I would just always no huddle and have like a bunch of audibles. And it would just be him like multiple run plays out of the audible. They said if you try to do that now with a guy like that it would never work. Like you can't kind of outsmart the game with like what would be real.
The computer, the AI is better.
The AI would be way better.
Yeah.
And they said if that guy's like say he's a 99 speed, but you just ran him every play. Like somebody was saying like they had to use their backup because you just basically just ran him into the ground and he was just too tired. He had to come out.
Okay, there's a setting that you can put on there like automatic subs, but if you turn it off and you keep running it, I think you'll probably get hurt.
Yeah, his like everything goes up. So I think the AI they're saying is like through the roof now compared to like what it was.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how this works out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like for me,
great game.
Taking Ohio State. Put off with the best team in the country. Say what?
Think my man's Travion. I can't blame you, JB.
It's gonna be the real players too, right? Because they're getting paid for their likeness.
Yes, they are.
That's gonna be cool.
That is gonna be cool.
Yep.
But they said like you can't like I think before you could always move them. You could always move like say if you created it, you could move them to Madden. But now because there's real players, they won't allow you to do it because there would be then 2 Quinn Ewers in the pros.
Yeah.
Remember that. You can move players from college football to Madden into Madden.
Yeah, so like now probably until like so you wouldn't, like if you move him in and then Madden, how Madden adjusts through the seasons. Then Quinn Ewers gets drafted. Now you'd have 2 of those, the same guy, basically in the in the thing. So I guess they're not allowing you to do that.
Right.
I mean, the last time I did a dynasty, I used Clemson and I had CJ Spiller going nuts.
CJ Spiller.
Yeah, those guys.
Your old man's buttons, your old man's.
CJ Spiller. One of many Clemson players drafted by the Buffalo Bills.
That didn't pan out for you.
Yeah, correct.
I know how you feel about Sammy Watkins.
Don't even get me started, JB.
I seen Sammy Watkins in college play against Maryland. Let me tell you, that dude had like 140 yards, and you couldn't even realize it. He was just. What was that old quarterback they had? That first guy they had. They played with him. What's the guy's name?
What's the name that played at Phoebus?
EJ Manuel?
No.
I played at Florida State.
That's right. Boyd?
Yeah, Tosh Boyd. Man, Tosh Boyd, and they were peppering Maryland with those daggone like 5-yard passes, and Sammy going 20, 15, 10 every time.
We saw him. So Coop had a tournament. Remember Joey at Florida with the Cam Newton tournament, the 7-on-7, and Sammy Watkins was there. He's way bigger. Don't you think, Joey? He's way bigger than
the big dude.
Think. Like he always looked like a small dude. He's a big dude.
He ain't small.
A lot of guys be big, man. You see him on TV, like, he didn't see me in person, like.
Yeah, he was a lot bigger than I thought because I was always picturing like a like a 5'9" guy. He's definitely not
okay.
that. Like I was always picturing more like just a small burner. He's probably 6'2", probably 6'3".
I would say about that, yeah.
And he's in good. I mean, at that point, that was
He
2
looked like
years
he-
ago. He
he-
was
he
still
could
in
still
good
play.
shape. He could
Yeah.
still play. It looked like
Yeah.
he was not small by any means.
No,
Like if he, as a normal dude, you're like that's a big guy. But like on the NFL, on football field, he just looks like normal. That's
Yeah.
not small, really.
Big dude.
6'1", 211.
That's
Big
what you
dude.
list him at.
Yeah.
He looked bigger than that, but he was definitely like in good shape. Like I always just thought he was going to be small. It's crazy when you look at those guys. Like a lot of like pitchers are way taller than you would think. I remember that dude Justin Morneau.
Oh yeah, Twins.
He wasn't.
MVP.
He was like 6'4", 6'5".
He stole Derek Jeter's MVP.
Ooh,
Stole Derek Jeter's most valuable player.
Jeter's never been an MVP level.
oh
He
god.
should have won it that year, Chris.
Stats wise, one of the most overrated players of all time. If you put him on Kansas City, he's not a Hall of Famer.
We don't know that, Chris.
What?
Look at his numbers. Dig into his numbers.
Hang on. Oh my god.
3,000 hits.
Are
No,
you crazy?
no. Sirius XM, they were doing an all-time fantasy baseball draft. They were drafting dudes from the 1906.
Did Jeter get drafted?
Well, I didn't. Yeah, it's a slow draft. It's like Paladin drafting. It's like it took forever. They draft like every day on the different shows. So every show has a draft. Somebody got one in the morning, like John Hanson has one, then Jeff Ratcliffe, then RotoWire, then Jeff Mans, then your boy Howard Bender, Fantasy Alarm. That's the guy who responded who said JT's draft was the best.
Oh yeah. I mean, he never had Joey a season above. He had one season above 900 for OPS. His batting average is always decent. That's where he was good at. He had 1 year of 20 home runs, or 2 years, 3 years of 20 home runs. 1 year of 100 RBIs. Like, there's no way he was an all right defensive player.
According to his 5 Gold Gloves, I guess he was an all right defensive player.
Yeah, because it's Jeter. What I'm saying is, if you look at the advanced metrics on him, that most of the time it's he's all right.
Oh wow! Saying all right is a slap in the face to him, Chris. He's a little bit more than just all right.
Look at his defensive WAR for his career. He's a -9 defensive WAR. He's a negative, not even just barely negative. It's a -9 defensive WAR. That means his best season was a 1.
The papers. All I know is I saw Derek Jeter's last game played in Baltimore.
Who are your top 5 shortstops of all time, Chris?
Oh no.
Is Derek Jeter on that list?
No, Derek Jeter's not on there.
Wow.
Is Ozzie Smith on there?
Ozzie Smith is an incredible defender, so
that wasn't the question.
No, probably. I think Cal Ripken is better than him. I think A-Rod is way better than him.
I agree. No, we're on the same page so far.
Honus Wagner's probably better than him, right?
We're on the same page.
Is Honus Wagner that guy with that famous card?
Yes.
Yeah.
That people pay like when was that card?
T206 card. Yeah.
We got Buns is the card guy.
Yep.
Buns rips and clips.
Ernie Banks.
Buns rips
Mr. Cub.
Ernie Banks is better than him.
Mr.
Ernie
Cub.
Banks is better than him.
Ernie Banks on.
But I have Jeter at my number 5.
Mr. Cub.
I mean, I'm not saying he isn't good. What I'm saying is, I could see.
You said he was all right.
I'm saying is that if he was, first off, no, not all right. I'm saying he's an all right defender. If you're a -9 defensive WAR. That means you're a negative. You're a poor defender by advanced metrics, which matter. In baseball, advanced metrics matter more than any other sport. He's a negative defender, Joey.
But he's got Gold Gloves to go along with it. They weren't just handed to him, Chris.
They are, because he's Derek
freaking just handed to him.
Jeter. Oh, what I'm saying is that if you put him at Kansas City, he doesn't win that. When we're talking about the great players,
we don't know that, Chris.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer there.
In 20
That's
years,
a hypothetical.
In 20 years, almost half of his seasons, he was in the top 10 of MVP.
Again, because he's on but the MVP does not match his metrics, though. The thing is that what he's known for is winning, right, and playing in New York. What I'm saying is, does he put up
playing well?
His numbers don't match. His numbers don't match him being a superstar.
Would you take Barry Larkin over Derek Jeter?
That one's close, but I would actually say Larkin's probably a little bit better than him.
Are you crazy?
He's not the hitter, but he's probably, I would say they're close to equal players.
Would you take Alan Trammell? Oh, here we go. See, here we go.
I just posted the ESPN list of the top 10 shortstops.
Let me see, JB. Hang on. Trammell, number 10.
They had Honus Wagner, number 1.
Larkin, 8. Robin Yount is my number 6.
Yeah, what, Joey?
On my all-time.
Honus Wagner is the greatest shortstop of all time, according to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wagner, for sure. Ozzie Smith, 6. Derek Jeter, number 5. Right, like I have it on my list, Chris. On my list.
I'm not saying I think he's in Kansas City. Like Robin Yount played on the Brewers. No one cares about the Brewers. I'm saying he's pushed up because he's in New York.
Let me ask you this, Chris. Of any shortstop ever, if you needed a guy to hit a home run, if you needed a guy to get a hit in a spot in the bottom of the 9th with one guy on, who are you picking out of that list?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. He
was special in the
5 clutch player of all time.
That's pretty special.
Yeah,
that's pretty special.
But what I'm saying is that because he's in New York, the MVPs, the fielding things, all of those, him being a superstar are all pushed up because of where he plays. The guys around him, Trammell, Yount, Larkin, those guys don't get the same boost. Nobody else on that list gets the same boost as Jeter does.
So every Yankee that ever played is overrated according to Chris because they're a Yankee.
No, I'm saying Derek Jeter was by far the biggest name. Like, there's no reason A-Rod should not have been the shortstop. He was by far a better shortstop at that time than Jeter was as far as defensively. He should have been the shortstop. But
all A-Rod did was the best third baseman.
Yeah, but you can't put Jeter at third. You have to put A-Rod at third.
But the main position is shortstop, right? Your best fielder plays shortstop in the infield. So you're moving a much better shortstop because it's Jeter's team. He has to go and play third. But what I'm saying is A-Rod is much better. Yeah, he could play third. That's how much better he is than him. The fact that he could move to third and be... What I'm saying is that there's a massive gap between A-Rod and Jeter. But people wanted to believe even at the time that it was pretty close. It wasn't. It's not close at all. I'm saying if you put A-Rod anywhere in any team in the MLBs, there's no question he's one of the top players.
That is true, but there's also it's when it comes to October, A-Rod and Jeter is not close either.
Yeah, true. But still, I'm taking A-Rod, no questions.
So am I, Chris. I am.
Most people will.
I agree.
Most people will.
But he's definitely top 5 to me.
I think that his numbers are inflated with being the Gold Gloves, being those where the advanced metrics kill him. He's showed up that he's not as good as the hype.
I'm not a fan of the -9. That is one
that's
thing I'm not a
horrible.
fan.
That is a real thing.
It's real bad.
That is a real
It's
thing.
real bad.
What I'm saying is you're trying to go, okay, well, he's won golden golden gloves and all these things. Like the stats don't match up to that. He was a highlight type of guy where you always see him make a play there, and he does that one Jeter throw everybody loves. The fact is New York has pushed him up more than anybody else. What do you think?
Every single shortstop, every single person that played shortstop in New York wasn't always good.
No, I'm saying he gets the boost more probably than like Judge. I think Judge got a little bit of a boost because he's in New York, but he's taken it and run with it. And you put him in any park or any place and he's still Aaron Judge. I just think that he gets hurt. Jeter got boosted by it more than anyone else because everyone says he's a winner. He's doing this like
check.
Whatever you needed Derek Jeter to do that year. He's not a big hitter. Like he's not going to hit 30 home runs, but you know what? When you need him to hit 20 or more, he will do it. When he's asked to, Chris.
True. He is a Hall of Famer. He had a Hall of Fame career. I'm only saying, does he have a Hall of Fame career in Kansas City?
Who knows?
He's probably still a Hall of Famer, but what I'm saying is that we're not talking about him in the top 5 at that point. But anyone else on that list, I think we're talking about like Cal Ripken to me could go anywhere and be Cal Ripken. A-Rod could go anywhere and be.
I would argue the top 3, Wagner, A-Rod, and Ripken, you could put him anywhere. Sure.
Well, but like Barry Larkin doesn't get a boost from playing it in Cincinnati.
Barry Larkin had 1,000 less hits than Derek Jeter.
True. I mean, I'm saying, but I do think that Barry Larkin was probably. I wonder if like Robin Yount. Look at Robin Yount right now. His WAR. He's a 6.8, so he's a better defensive player. Let's see his offensive.
I mean, a 6.8, Chris, is not that good.
Well, it's just way better than a negative. Yeah. But I'm saying is that that gap is closer than Jeter to the big 3, right? Is more what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I guess my point is always that when you look under the hood with Jeter, it's not as good as what everyone thinks. If you were to say, name me baseball players, Jeter's stardom doesn't match the on field at what he put out because of the championships and the big moments he did.
I think, Chris, with my list, it's I have 6 shortstops listed as my all-time greats, and yeah, it's very close between Jeter and Yount. Yount has 2 MVPs. That's big for me.
Right.
Right.
And that's the only thing that might vault him over.
So he's a better defender. And he's got 2 MVPs. He didn't get drafted by the Yankees.
Okay, yeah, but he has 2 MVPs, Chris, and that's it, though. That's the list. He was never in the top 5 other than those 2 MVPs ever.
But he's not protected. Look at that lineup Jeter was in.
Oh, now we're talking about lineups.
I mean, look at that lineup. That lineup is absurd. Although he did play with Paul Molitor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look, he gets hurt by looking under the hood a little bit. When you start to peel back the onion, Jeter doesn't really want you to.
I didn't know his defensive WAR was that bad, to be honest.
But
I did not look at that.
His offensive WAR is a little bit better than what people give him credit for. His offensive WAR, even though he's not a huge hitter, is
like Button said, he can do he does a little bit of everything. Really he can steal some bases. Yeah. On the offensive side, he's good.
He's third all time.
His offensive WAR is probably better than some of those
offensive WAR.
Some of those bigger names.
Yeah, I mean he beats Yount by a pretty good margin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cal Ripken fell off big time towards the end of his career. I mean, he played because I think trying to get all of that Iron Man stuff, he probably should have stopped playing a long time before.
I mean, so did Jeter.
And
his
Jeter did also.
last 2 seasons, he didn't do much. So
True.
Did I
All
sway
right.
you, JB?
Huh?
Did I sway you, JB? Now he's like, oh,
I care less.
what the?
You see here talking about Honus Wagner. Did y'all see him play?
Well, we just look at the. You can just look at the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
But Joey doesn't count his because he didn't play against the Negro League anyway. So
True.
Oh, okay.
The best in the world at that time.
Okay.
So those numbers don't matter. So A-Rod's is, but then A-Rod cheated, so he doesn't count. So Cal Ripken's your number one guy anyway.
Number one.
And then Jeter's right there.
So
Oh, I question. I did. Well, I definitely thought that it was unfair that they're willing to count Honus Wagner and Babe Ruth and everyone else, but I was arguing about this for a long time. You're not gonna count Josh Gibson's stats, but you're gonna count Honus Wagner's stats. That made no sense to me at all. None.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
I was saying that for a long time.
I wish I had read something about that Joey. I wish that they had kept better stats too. I feel like some of those might be skewed. I hope they're not, but
are skewed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying like if you look at like the stats that they kept, some teams. I don't know. I got to read the article again, but the way that they did the mark the innings and the games played, and how could someone have 60 home runs in 5 games, and then another team played 50 games, or it was a little weird. I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing that this league should be a part of it, because that's not what my argument is at all.
Absolutely,
they 100% should
be.
Josh Gibson is and was an amazing player.
Absolutely. It's about time.
Yep.
Ozzie Smith defensive WAR is as a career was a plus 44. Defensive WAR Ozzie Smith was.
That's an amazing number.
And Derek Jeter's is a negative 9.
Yeah. What was Ozzie's batting WAR?
He's exactly the same. It's like a 48. So he's basically equally. But that's not like Jeter's was 96 on the offensive side. So he doubles him up on the offense, and he gets doubled up on the defensive side.
Yeah.
So basically, Ozzie Smith is as good as Ozzie Smith is on the defensive side. He's as equally bad to Jeter on the other side. Larkin is better.
Look at these stats. Ozzie Smith, he really had only 28 home runs in his career.
28.
Yeah, where Jeter's hitting 21 and 22 in a year.
That is incredible.
28.
Man.
He had a
they said Ozzie Smith used like a 28 ounce, like the 8-ounce bat. That's like what a 12-year-old's using. Like he's just like all he is like he's like the girls in college softball.
Yeah.
He just smack and go.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's just waiting for the flips.
Right.
Wizard of Oz.
I love seeing that, boy. Definitely did.
Just look under the hood a little bit. Buttons.
Yeah, I'm looking, Chris. I love looking at baseball statistics. Like I have all my lists of all my all-time great players that I can reference at any time.
You were just waiting for that thing to be.
Wait for that time to reference something.
Finally, it was brought up that you could pull it out. Now you got to go back and say,
Gotta look at it a little bit. I kind of like that Robin Yount that he has 2 MVPs. I do like that.
Yeah,
you got to figure out how you wait.
That means something.
MVPs are big.
Me some advanced metrics, so clearly,
fellas, I have appreciated your shortstop talk. I don't even know how we even went down this rabbit hole. I'm going to sleep. So
All
It is time.
Yeah, it's about that
right,
time.
fellas.
Josh Rusk, you, my friend,
On the clock.
on the clock. don't be a David Paddleton.
On the clock.
Paladin.
My man's
Don't,
Paddleton.
don't be that guy, man.
He's
Don't be
like,
that guy.
you gave me 24 hours. I'm using all of it.
Every second of it.
Every draft pick has been that way.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Man. That's
You just
crazy.
wait.
And I had my eye on Corley. That's
So
why
he-
I asked you. That's why I asked you, JB. I was like, did he really make that pick, or was that an auto pick?
Nah, it wasn't an auto
Well,
pick.
JB was about to jump my pick. I was like, wait, I think
Yeah.
No, I did. Thanks for catching that. Thanks
I
for
was like,
catching.
oh man, did I just get skipped?
Well, we have a while. We have a while now, Chris.
Yeah, oh,
Yep.
yeah. Now we gotta wait.
That's
Now
what
we-
we-
I gotta go.
Yeah,
Now
Joey-
CB's happy.
Joey will take 12 hours. I'll take like 10 minutes to make my pick. It's like I'm already looking like, okay, I know who I'm picking.
Well,
so.
JB, I sent it when I sent that it was there. I sent did you see I sent who I was picking? And
Yeah, I
then
know.
well, then you said that I was on the clock. So then I'm like, wait, does he mean does he know I picked that guy? And then I resent it later on. I just put it back in the thing because I was like, oh, you must not have seen it.
Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't know.
When I said you skipped me, I said who I was drafting in that same pick.
Oh, I didn't read that part. You said I just read you skipped me, and I
Yeah, because
posted-
I was like, I skipped, and then so I was like done in like 5 minutes.
Oh, good.
So I
See?
didn't even check it until later. I was like, wait, he hasn't. I'm still on the clock.
Oh yeah, you know what's up then. Yeah.
So that's why I redid it because I was like, oh, he must not have saw it. I picked it, so I was like, all right, let me put it in there.
Getting close, people. We're getting close.
I
We got, 2 more rounds to go.
gotta go all defense now.
Yeah.
I gotta give me 6 guys.
Mhm. Probably some guys out there.
There'll be
Out-
plenty out. There'll be plenty.
Oh,
out.
defense, there's plenty.
Once you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, there's like a few elite guys that are probably going to get drafted, and anybody else, I just wouldn't even pick. To be honest with you, I would just wait until free agency, and then you just pick your defense whenever you pick them, unless you get like the premier rookies, or if there's someone out there that you really like that's a veteran. Obviously we can pick veterans. If there's a guy out there that you really like, pick him, obviously. But
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably go through the list and see if there's like any of the guys in the top 10 in each of the positions, top 15
Yep.
guys.
yep.
And then if not, I just probably won't worry about it. Like just
Yep.
whatever.
maybe a couple of sleepers up there.
Oh,
Defense, you can find some guys, I think.
sure, definitely.
All right, guys. Y'all have
All right,
a-
guys.
enjoy your weekend.
All right,
And
y'all.
happy early Father's Day.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Father's Day, guys.
Don't forget about the fathers out there.
mhm.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
All right,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Later.